Ready to rock and roll today? Figured we'd just have a little bit of murder hobo time in Guild Wars 2. I'm gonna level up a thief to Spectre. I figured it would kind of be like a good option for like a dark healer type of vibe. So that's what I'm doing. And I figured I would just wander around and do a bit of that. Nothing major, just a little bit, and get the Harathi hinterlands done. This is not my favorite zone. I actually like the script in this area. I just don't like finishing this, so I probably won't be doing too many hearts unless, let me double check something. Nope, okay. Yep, nope, not doing too many hearts. Sometimes for like daily or weekly, there'll be like, oh, do this number of hearts, and I'll be like, oh, okay, fine. But if I don't have to, oh, I guess we're kind of crashing a date. A bandit and a seraph guard, real Romeo and Juliet situation there. I do like the little details that this game has. Just grab some hero points. I never noticed that they were a bandit and a seraph, though. That's kind of fun. I usually exit the other way. No, I'm gonna... Yep. Don't want to get too lost in these caverns. That would not be fun. This week has been hectic. So, I kind of kept everyone up to date with this, but in December, my sister had an emergency surgery. She basically had some blood clot issues, and it turns out there is a genetic component in my family where if you inherit it from both parents, you're really in trouble, but if you inherit it from one parent, you just need to be cautious. So it turns out it seems like we've inherited this genetic issue where we are prone to blood clots under certain circumstances. So I just need to be cautious with what medication I'm taking and etc., etc. But we don't really know which parent did it yet. If it's my mom, there's not a lot we have to really do about that. My mom doesn't have any siblings. It's kind of, there's not really an extensive family there. If it's on my dad's side, that is a ton of people we have to notify. So, my dad has quite a bit of siblings, and they all have kids, and I have a lot of sisters on my dad's side, so there's a lot more there. Okay, I need to actually go back. I'm not as good at the Harathi hinterlands. But yeah, so there's just a lot been going on with that, where it's like, okay, well, and my sister was on some medication that can have blood clots as like a side effect. So it is like, yeah, we need to basically watch what we're taking and monitor shit and etc. Just more reasons I'm not having biological kids anytime soon, or anytime at all. Just another genetic anomaly to add to my already extensive list of genetic propensities and anomalies. So, it's not really a surprise that, like, there's a genetic component. It's more just like, yep, another thing to add to the list. Sometimes life be like that, you know? So, a bit of a hectic week. But everything else has been fine, mostly. Gotten kind of over my cold a little bit. Still have a bit of a lingering cough, but it's not as bad. I am making a lot of, like, dog collars and leashes. That's been my new project. If they're really nice, I might sell them on Etsy or something. But, yeah, I've been making, and I'm gonna make some horse halters, too, and some horse nosebands and stuff. I'm kind of just, right now, I'm doing my usual thing of, like, where when I start making something, I play around with it until I get a pattern that I really like and that's quality and effective and also, you know, works really well. And then just play around with colors and see what color schemes work really well and go from there. I'm going to start by making Maple a dog collar because Maple doesn't have one right now. So this is my beginning portion of making Maple a dog collar. Then eventually, you know, it's going to have some loopsy loops and stuff, and I have some buckles and things. I ordered a bunch of buckles, but they gave me the wrong size. So, now... Oh, I came a little too late for that one. So, now I have a bunch of, like, tiny little buckles. So I guess I'm going to be making a lot of, like, cat collars and small dog collars, because they accidentally gave me, like, 30 of these guys. And I could send them back, but they were, like, $6. And, like... Here's the thing, I'm like such a crafter, I don't like getting rid of things that could be useful. So even though this is not what I wanted and it's a little bit tinier than I initially wanted, I'll probably just make a bunch of small dog and cat collars. That'll be a thing, I guess. So, yeah. They sent me the wrong size. I just ordered some newer ones. I don't like getting rid of things that could be useful, that I could eventually use. I'm kind of on a cliff, and I need to be careful with my backup on cliffs. Gonna cut me out shortly here because mounts aren't allowed. Yeah. Let's see. Sometimes if you walk up to doors, it'll kind of give you let you kind of unlock the area. And then usually when I'm here, I then kind of loop back down over here. I'm not as good at this area, unlocking everything. Because it's kind of a tricky, like, it's not very coherent map-wise. There's a cave up here. Yeah, there's a lot of little, like, caves and areas that are a little tricky to figure out here. Oh, there's an event. I don't really want to do an escort event. I also think it's winding down. Not really in the mood to be escorting things around. Here we go, and then actually switch over to the skimmer here. We'll see if it lets me go under. I've had weird things where, like, sometimes it dismounts me, and sometimes it lets me go under. I don't know what the difference is. Like, if it's... Yeah, it's a little inconsistent, but it's fine. Actually, let's unlock this area first. And then I'll do my, like, waterway thing that I usually do. Just kind of little inlet here. Yeah, I've been debating whether or not to also, like, stream Palia a bit, because I know that's coming to Steam soon, and I've been enjoying the game immensely. But, it's also, like, a very, like, chill, relaxing game, and there's not a lot of, like, crazy shit that happens. So, like, it might be more like a hangout type stream, although that is generally what I do most of anyway, so who knows. Okay. Actually, did I miss anything over there? No. Alright, coolio. Let me switch over to the skimmer before the scale get me. I don't like those things. They're annoying. Then we'll go say hi to the quaggins real quick here, the little sea potatoes. Hello, little sea potatoes. I'm coming into your village. Hi, little sea potato. was it. Just getting that point of interest. Just murder hoboing around. Maybe doing a little bit of story, but I've done the story so many times, I'm not like super invested, so. I did, I might stream like End of Dragon story again. Cause I've done End of Dragon story, but I might fully stream it. Although I have all the masteries kind of done of that one. Oh, okay, hi buddy. Let me just help you out here. Then just kind of launch some healing. Get this hero point while I'm here. What you whining about, Maple? This is nice of them to help me finish this out. They didn't have to help me out with that. That's nice of them. I appreciate that. They could have just left. They already had the hero point. They didn't have to stay. I like that they helped me out. That was very, I appreciate that. They did not have to do that. That was very nice. Oh, I haven't died yet. Or died and come back yet. I apparently still have a rally. Maple, what's going on? What? Did I not pet you sufficiently? She's mad because I'm not paying attention to her. Do I need to come over there and pet you? Alright, I'll come over and pet you. I'll come over and pet you if that's really what you want. Watch, the moment I get up, yep, she's gonna stop barking. See, the moment I start petting her, she immediately stops barking. I'm busy. I can't be petting you constantly while I'm busy. Here, what if I put the blankies over you? Do you want to be warm? I put some blankets over you. There you go. And I'm going to walk over here. And the moment I sit down, she's either going to whine or I sufficiently... She's looking at me. She might start barking again. She's so needy. The moment I pet her, she's like, oh, that's what I wanted. She has me trained so well. I remember the first time I played this game, I got so fucking lost in the Harathi Hinterlands. I had no business being in the Harathi Hinterlands. I should not have been in the Harathi Hinterlands. I got so fucking lost. I had no idea what I was doing. Yep, she's gonna start whining again because I'm not petting her. Maple, just come down here. If you want me to like constantly pet you, you gotta be a little more in range. Yeah, she's staring at me right now and she's not even getting up. She's literally just lying down, all curled up in her blankets, mad that I am not petting her. If you're gonna complain about it, just get up and come over here. No, get up and come over here if you're gonna complain about it. Here, come over. Come on. If you come over here, I'll pet you. You're falling asleep now. I'm literally watching your eyes close. I'm watching your eyes close right now. She's like falling asleep, but very mad about it. I'm literally, she's all curled up in her blankets. Here, I'm gonna get a picture. Hang on, I'm gonna get a picture, and I'll post this later. Alright. Let me just, she's all curled up in these blankets, and she's mad at me. She's not even looking at me. There we go. She's literally just, like, I put her in some blankets, she's all curled up, she's just mad that I'm not. She's mad that I'm not snuggling with her. Maple's the kind of dog where, like, if she's asleep, she thinks that you need to be asleep with her. And if she's awake, you need to be awake with her. There's no, like, in between. She's like, this is the thing. You do what I say, human, right? Like, she's like, the schedule revolves around me. She is 13. Like, you know, she's got her ways. She can be a bit of a diva at 13 years old. Just getting the initial water part done. I can get this. Okay. I may have to dismount. Yes! Okay, the skimmer did it! Look at that! The skimmer actually made it over. I didn't think it would make it over. Just gonna go get this little point of interest down here. There we go. Then quickly get the fuck out of here. I saw a veteran scale and was like, not my cup of tea. Where do I want to go? I want to go here and then kind of loop down that way. I could have flown down, but I'm feeling kind of lazy about it. Let me res these guys. I'll be nice and I'll res the NPCs. Gives me a little extra experience. The nice thing about NPCs in Guild Wars 2 is they do resurrect each other. It's not so much in the early part, but they do, like, resurrect each other. Which helps out for, like, events and things. Oh, do I want... Is this a cave I need to go down?
Attack, yes.
No, fuck off, script. There we go. Okay, it was a cave I need to go down. Not really using swords, so I'm just gonna choose a random one there. Sell it off later. I only got a talisman.
More come, yes.
Alright, yeah, some of these caves give you experience, some of them do not. If I can find the caves that, like, give it a little bit of experience out, I'll go into them, but it's hard to tell. Oh, it got steamy and smoky. I wonder if some event failed or something and now we're dealing with the consequences of that. Or if it's just that area. Sometimes things change in Guild Wars 2 and it's because it's kind of a semi, like, living world is maybe not the best thing. I need to get a full bar. There we go. No! It wasn't enough! Alright, I'm actually gonna have to fully go down and try again. I was really hopeful I could just, but if I hadn't sprinted there, I probably would have been able to. But yeah, things do change with how the story goes here in the world. I'm almost at 50. Should make me happy. probably gonna have to double back and get that. Okay, they're getting the Vista Point. If they're getting the Vista Point, that means that, like, if there are any Harathi around, they're probably... Alright. No! Oh, and there is a cave around here. It actually loops into the mastery point around here, but I already have the mastery point. It's just a... Sometimes there's a, like, a champion kind of thing as well, but it doesn't look like that's now. I've had to help defeat that a couple times because people poke their heads in there to get the, like, not just to get the mastery point, but, like, just they poke their heads in there because they don't know any better, and then, like, the champion comes out, and they're like, ah, and I'm like, ah! And I'm just helping them defeat that. Alright, I need to go back and get this. That's gonna be too far down. I'm not going there. Way too far down. Okay. Turn. I wonder if people are actually... I don't see anything on the map for that. There's like a champion high sage down there, and I was like, well, if people on the map are fighting it, I'll join in. But if people on the map aren't fighting it, I'm not gonna bother. They drop good stuff, I can't solo that at my current level and gear. Or in general, you're not really supposed to solo those things. Occasionally you can, but most of the time, not advised. Alright, there is, I think it's this way. Like, it's back here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that hero point on my own, but I want to try. There we go. Yeah, I think it's gonna be back behind there. Bunch of little hidden parts to this. Use the weapon rack as a... Oh, hello! Hi, Crumpets! Yeah, Gilwars too. I mean, this is the Harathi hinterlands. Not a lot of people go here, and for good reason. It's not, trying to find... Yeah, okay, it's gonna be back here. I'm mostly just wandering around murder hoping while leveling up my, my stuff. But yes, the world does change quite a bit in this one. Just leveling up Spectre. I like the whole dark healing aspect of Thief's Spectre variation. I'm not so sure about the weapons, but we'll see. We'll see if I'm able to get this hero point. It's not really the hero point that's the issue, it's the stuff around the hero point. There's just a lot of... Sometimes I'm able to get this solo, sometimes I'm not. The nice thing about the Spectre weapon skills is they do kind of heal you as you go, which is really great. Hi, Geraldson! Yeah, I also have a decent, like, I've upped the graphics to the max. I like, redid my PC a while back. And once I redid my PC, I was like, holy shit, this game looks so much better than I remembered. Yeah, it took me a minute. But yeah, the graphics are looking good. Actually, here, let me change my guild around because I was running stuff with them, but I'll change it to that one.
I will end you.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it changes as time goes on, right? Because they're like semi-living and breathing world per se. All right, actually, I might not fly. No, because I do want to get that. There's like a little cave, another little cave. Yeah. I mean, I'm just wandering around. I've leveled so many alts in this game. I'm just wandering around. I had like a hectic week. Just more genetic testing, so that was fun. But yeah, just murder opening. I like playing, so here's the thing, right? I like playing healers, and my main is a firebrand. But I'm getting really tired of firebrand, so I'm trying to like diversify what I like. Ooh, we could do this. Where are they? They're probably going to start from here, because all the guards are here. That's a nice jackal skin. Yep. I'm a cynical, jaded healer. In Final Fantasy, I made White Mage. Here, I was maining Firebrand. It's really, like, Firebrand's kind of overpowered. It's slow, but it's, you know, it's overpowered. Like most things healer-wise, you know. It's slow, but it, but I wanted something a little more faster, so I'm going to try Spectre out. And then I also tried Herald out, too, with the short bow variation, now that the elites can... Well, if you do Secrets of the Obscure, you can make it so you can swap weapon... Like, all weapons are not locked by elite specs anymore. But I'm trying to find a new main, essentially. I've just been leveling a bunch of things to try to find a new main. Yeah, I played WoW too. I've actually kind of gone back to World of Warcraft, mostly just on European servers right now, because one of my friends plays on European servers, and we've been kind of I kind of want to do that, and I've been leveling Retribution Paladin, and then I'll probably swap over to a healer spec. I was Shadow Priest for a really long time in World of Warcraft, and then I would swap over to like a different healer spec if needed. But I don't really like leveling as a healer in games, so Retribution Paladin's been really good, because like it's just got that like great sword thing, and I can kind of just yeet myself around a little bit more. Yeah. But with the new weapon swapping that not weapon swap, with the new like talent trees and like active specialization swap that World of Warcraft's been doing, like it's been a little easier for me to do that, so. And then like as I'm going through, I can be a DPS and not have to worry about that, but yeah. Let me go res up this little Seraph here. Yeah, oh, thank you for the follow! Thank you so much! I like White Mage a lot. I've done White Mage, I did Astrologian, and then when they did stuff with Astrologian, I got, they've been redoing Astrologian so many times I don't touch it anymore, because, like, why would I touch something that gets redone all the time? But, I do still use I have everything leveled in FF. Sage was fun. My main issue is, like, I have some, like, slight cognitive issues. And all of Sage's abilities are blue, which is a problem for me. Because all of them are blue and they have, like, a little guy on them, so it's a little harder for me to, like, tell the difference, whereas White Mage has some more, like, variation. And because, I have dyscalculia and I have some, like, slight cognitive processing issues. So, like, I like Sage. I did Sage a lot when I was doing all my fates, like, trying to get all my fates done. I'm kind of I'm very much a completionist. I have a very unhealthy obsession with completing things. But, yeah, so I was like, I did that, but I just, like, I couldn't do it in raids or anything, because I was just like, everything is blue! All the abilities are blue, and they have a little guy on them, except for, like, maybe 2 or 3 of them. So, yeah, White Mage is like beauty and simplicity, right? Like, it's very simple, it's kind of basic bitchy, but, you know, you get the job done. Which I like about White Mage. But, yeah, so I'm hoping, like, I leveled a Herald. I kind of enjoyed Herald a little bit. It's got a lot more utility than I think Firebrand does. But I'm not really sure how I feel about it long term, so we'll see about that. And then I'm leveling Spectre right now to try to... I did also level Necromancer. I don't like Necromancer as much. I just don't like the like... I can't figure out a way to turn off the green screen when, like, you go into Shroud. That's the main thing. But, yeah. I did do Harbinger. I like the Harbinger a lot. Just killing centaurs. I may also bring, I don't know. Maybe I'll do, like, I'll call it Trash Tuesday, and I'll just play old games. I can't do Throwback Thursday anymore, because so many of, like, everyone for some reason wants to schedule things on Thursday. But maybe I'll do Trash Tuesday and play some, like, really old games. I don't know. I'm trying to think of another good, like, word alliteration thing. I don't want to be in the middle of those guys. I am still a ranged combatant. And then when weapons, when they add the new weapon variations to Guild Wars 2, I'm gonna level up a Willbender, Guardian and do dual pistols. But not until the new weapon variations come in, which I don't think are set for a bit until the next big update. And then FF has their new patch just came out, so that'll probably be a Friday stream. That's gonna be a very long Friday stream. Just killing centaurs. I am really liking the scepter, like, just auto attack thing is super fucking powerful. It kind of makes it very chill, and I'm enjoying that. And, like, the only thing that's a little, like, I mean, it's kind of... Firebrand has a lot of, like, AoE, just, like, passive heals, where, like, basically you can just stand there and heal people AoE. Scepter, you actually have to, like, target other players to heal them, like this. Which is fine, because, like, that's how it is in most games. But it does mean a little extra thinking. Thinking, the enemy of, just being me. Alright, usually that backs me up, but maybe I'm far enough away that it's not gonna do that. There we go. Yeah, I'm also trying to take another look at Ranger. I just don't like any of Ranger's elite specs, really. I have Druid leveled. This is an event, yeah. So the event ended, yeah, this is the... In Her of the Hinterlands, there's a lot of these, like, defend the camp events. Which isn't my favorite type of event, because it is very long-winded. But when you have a group of people like that, doesn't feel as bad. I usually just wander around from place to place, and I'll do the story occasionally, but most of the time, I've leveled so many alts at this point in this game, that most of the time it's just easier for me to, like, I usually level the story until I get to choose between Vigil, Priory, and, it's Vigil, Priory, and Order of Whispers, right? And then once I choose one of those, I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. And then I just kind of murder hobo the rest of my way through the world. Maybe do some, like, side things, but most of the time it's just murder hoboing. Actually, let's see if I have enough. Oh, I do. Okay. Getting all these completed. I already have what I want kind of going for my build. Because Spectre is going to be really heal heavy, I have a bunch of, like, things that'll get me some nice crits. But mostly it's just, yeah. The Roan Hinterlands is my least favorite place. Not my least favorite place in the game. That would be the New Lock Hollows, which is in Heart of Thorns. But it's my least favorite place in the base game. It's just very... Well, okay. No, that... what's it fucking called? Yeah. Fucking Snowden Drifts, I also don't like. Snowden Drifts throughout the Hinterlands, nah, Snowden Drifts actively makes me, like... And it's not a bad map. Like, it's actually not bad. Like, it's a very pretty snowy type zone. Let me help this person out. But I just, for some reason, the way the map is designed, I just don't like that map. My least favorite place in the entire game is probably New Lock Hollows. Or, one of those, it's like, it's one of the places in Path of Fire that's, like, just overrun with, like... Oh, they initiated it again. Okay, I guess we're doing this again now. Are you just... is this person just routinely fighting this Etten? Is that what's happening? Are you just routinely fighting this? You only really need it one time. You don't need it multiple times. Well, I would not do that to myself. I would, unless you're like trying to go for like a drop or something, I guess. But even that, when hero points don't really work that way. I'm just gonna see if going in, no, because it connects to that cave. I might actually have this all done. Let's see. I'm not doing all the hearts, so it's literally just, yep, hero points and that. And then I need to go back to the Grove and finish up this part of the story so I can just kind of get a... I will gladly hydrate. Well, have a good sleep. Stay safe, eat cake, because the more you weigh, the harder you are to kidnap, and I want you to, you know, stay safe out there. So, hopefully you have some nice dreams. Yep, anytime. Sleep is important. I don't... Skipping that. Oh, the Sylvari lands are so pretty.
We must bring down Mazdak.
Killing a lich is no easy matter. It will require significant planning.
Every creature has a weakness, even Mazdak. If we have the knowledge, we will know what to
I don't know what I want to do.
Welcome, Herald.
I usually do Vigil just because it's, like, easier. I don't need this. Let's see. I usually do Vigil because a lot of it is easier to run through if I need to run through it. I have one character on all of these just for, like, glam fashion reasons. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Vigil. It's just a little easier to run through if I need to. Is this better than what I have? Not better than what I have.
Your knowledge of Orion Undead is second to none.
I might pick this up and then just use it as an offhand.
But yes,
Actually, let me see. Ooh, that's a lot. Is this better? Yep, that's better than what I have. Is this better? No. That's better. And then if I get something here... That's gonna be better there. Okay. That's better. that unlocked. Ooh, that's nice. I might have to go briefly to the PvP zone to equip that. Let's see, equipment-wise. No, those are about the same. This is good though, I want that. Oh, that one's actually better. And then... Okay, this is gonna be... Okay. Okay, so those are actually gonna... I can't read numbers. I really cannot read numbers. Okay. So bad at reading numbers. I have dyscalculia, so like going through all the numerical stuff, I'm just like, is this better? I don't know. Let me just like see. The red helps. The red helps. But like with some of the dual wielding stuff, it's not always as straightforward. But like to do the scepter, I'm gonna have to actually like go into the PvP zone for a split second. I can sell my stuff there though too. So just enter the lobby, exit the lobby. Although I think I'm going back to Jandarian Field, so it might actually be better just exiting to Lion's Arch. Yep, since I probably am gonna have to go there, I'll probably just okay. Yeah, that scepter is better. And it's prettier, which isn't always, you know. I guess I shall go sell off this and then just exit over to... Hey, Nero! How you doing? You feeling a little better, or is it still painful? So many things to sell. It's better to sell things at the market board. Yeah, that's rough. At least they're getting you in to see a specialist in like, you know, a decent amount of time. You don't have to wait too long for that.
Hail, citizen. Victory at any cost.
I'm probably gonna be, Nero, just so you know, I'm probably gonna be, streaming, like, MSQ on Friday.
Talk to me.
Just so I can get the Hildebrand weapons started on the weekend. Probably by Sunday. Because, oh my god, I posted a video of how they all look. They look amazing. I'm so excited for more gothy type options for White Mage. White Mage doesn't have enough, like, it's all, like, weird, like, you know, cane things. So I'm pretty glad that we're getting some, like, really pretty, like, gothic type weaponry. It's all the weapons are really pretty. let me see. Yeah, I was right. I do have to go to the Gendarian field, so getting to Lion's Arch is a little, is a little bit of a quicker way. Oh, they're beautiful. They're drop dead gorgeous. And I think we're getting the spaceship as a mount. And then Tataru's Grand Endeavor also is going to drop some stuff too, you know, so. Oh, I'm actually going this way. Hang on, I done goofed, but I'm going this way. Alright, let us enter.
Hey, Herald. I mean recruit. Come here. We
Oh,
need
I
to
forgot
discuss
that you have to use Callumbogg's sword for this.
Gather up a command and head out.
Let me see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, so this is like a chain lightning ability. That's like a break. That's a knockback. I think the last one's a spin. Yeah. It has like ranged options, and then it has like melee options. Yeah, I was right. That's a spin. That's like the Guardian spin. Guardians get that spin for their great sword. It's one of my favorite things to do. I kind of wish I could just do my usual with this, but eh. Yeah, I've been overly reliant on Scepter healing me. My Scepter's skills healing me in combat. I've been so overly reliant on it. Okay, let me get Branton up here. I love it when the NPCs in this game heal each other. It makes things they revive each other. It makes things very useful. Aw, thank you. I'm wearing like a blue skirt and like blue leggings. So I was trying to find something blue to like match it. And I have this little flower that like, I think it was from a crafting kit thing, but like I save everything, so. Yeah, I went over to the craft store and I was like, oh, well, I'll see if they have anything I can make into like cute little headbands. And no, they didn't have anything. They had all their like Easter stuff, but none of it was like super like, it was annoying. I was getting a bunch of other shit though too, because like I'm making a bunch of like dog collars and like stuff. Most of that though I just picked up at the like the like tack store. You can get them pretty cheap there.
Well done.
Yeah, I do. Well, red and black are my favorite colors, so I do wear a lot of red. I'm trying to diversify, though. Like, I went out and I bought, like, some purple things and some other stuff. Like, I'm trying to diversify a little bit just because I feel like I'm a little too reliant on the red and black. I like red and black a lot. But I am trying to, like, diversify my color schemes. I mean, as you can probably see behind me over there, like, I have a ton of red and black. Alright. We have to take... Oh, shit. take all these little circular areas here. I might,
Defend yourself.
summon my little, like, shadow clones. I like that rogues get that ability. Okay, that's that area done. Time to get this area. It's very useful in PvP. I found that the ability to summon like a bunch of other thieves around is very useful. It's a bunch of fucking grubs. Okay, that should be, yep, that area's done.
We'll stand our ground.
Protect this area with your life.
Help out these guys. Okay. Don't want to get hit by that guy because he will trample me into a wall. And then I will be dead.
The west entrance is clear. You know the drill. Press forward.
Secure the area. Defensive positions.
Just, oh, they're gonna get stuck fighting those guys. They're not really crucial to the mission, but they will get sidetracked. Alright, come on. I think the Vigil armor, no, this is my Spectre. So it's a specialist of Thief, which is like a dark healer. Basically you use the shadows to heal your enemies. I'm not really at the point where I can make it my thing yet, but like they give you this quest, they give you Kallenbog, which is like Traherne's greatsword thing. So I'm using this. It's got its own weapon variation. My warrior actually uses a longbow, because longbows are fire weapons, like they do fire damage, and the berserker spec of warrior uses a lot of fire damage, so the longbow and the berserker spec together, I've kind of made this like fiery, ranged, hardy components. You have a message for me? Okay, what's your message for me? Alright, where is Mazdak? Oh, I know where Mazdak is. Okay. Yeah, he's like out. Aw, it's cute. I say hello back to her. I haven't been on FF as much lately because, like, I was waiting for the new patch to come out. But now that the new patch is out, like, I'll be on there a little bit more. I'm not gonna stream the new patch till Friday. I want to give everybody a chance to, like, get in and get it done. And then Hildebrand will probably be on the weekend. Hildebrand's a big event, so, for me at least. I think Hildebrand's a big event for everybody, but yeah. I do want to get the weapons done before the end of the week, just in case there's some sort of, like, weekly component I have to... Aw! Well, hello there, Rose! I'm very happy you're here. Always makes me feel better. A little bit of family time. I miss our family time. I'm like a big proponent of like you choose your family, and I have a lot of fun with you guys. But I also, you know, I'm trying to diversify the type of content I put out. And I do like Guild Wars 2 quite a bit. It's a good, like, in-between. Because, again, I don't have to pay anything to play this. I don't need a subscription to play this. It's, like, free till level 80, and then, you know, you just pay for the expansions as you go. So, it's a good in-between game. Although, I did go back to World of Warcraft because I wanted to keep Noelle company. Noelle's had a really rough year, and I want to be there for them. And then also just like, alright, Mazdik. I'm a ranged combatant. Even though this is a thief specialty, I don't want to actually get down and dirty with it. So I'm just gonna summon my clothes and hurl lightning at you. And maybe make you back up. Maybe hurl some swords at you. I do not... I absolutely... Okay, stop putting fear on me, god damn it. Mazdak, just shut up and die. There we go. And we are done. Hi, Branton. I love Branton's character design. Look how fucking awesome she looks. This is the Vigil armor for, like, for medium armor. But I love her character design. Her character design is amazing. Branton is, yeah, one of my favorite, kind of like NPCs you meet. Alright, I know. Okay, I don't care about you, Traherne. Traherne's like wet bread. I don't care about Traherne. Branton I care about. Traherne I don't give a shit about. I know, I'm wearing my biases on me. That's not what I want to do. Oh, in Guild Wars 2, inventory is I. In World of Warcraft, inventory is B. Alright, I have most of the Vigil weapons. I'm probably just going to pick up something I don't have unlocked. I have that unlocked, I have that unlocked, that unlocked, unlocked. If I end up getting everything, oh, nope, I don't have the mace unlocked. What does that look like? Oh, it's nice and spiky. Do I have the pistol? I have the pistol unlocked. Oh, I don't have the scepter unlocked and I'm using scepters. That's kind of cool. Alright, I'm gonna get the scepter unlocked. I don't need it. It's a little low level for me right now because I'm a little ahead. Because I've kind of just been murder hoboing. Yeah, so my sister's recovered well, but basically what's happened is we found out there's a genetic component that can cause blood clots. And if you inherit it from both your parents, you're kind of screwed. But if you inherit it from one of your parents, you're only semi-screwed. So it looks like she inherited it from one of her parents, which means I probably inherited it from one, which just means, like, we don't know which parent yet. We need to, if it's my dad's side, it's going to be more of an issue because my dad has a very extensive family. But if it's my mom's side, there's not a lot of people we need to tell. Because my mom's an only child and etc. But yeah, so it basically means I also have this genetic thing. So that's another genetic thing to add to my list. And I just need to watch what kind of medication I'm taking. Because if I'm taking medication that has a habit of causing blood clots, then I will probably get blood clots. So it seems like we just inherited it from one side of the family instead of two, which is good. But yes, it's another genetic thing. This cannot be sold. Can it be? Nope, it can't be salvaged. And it's low level. But I unlocked the skin for it, so that's all that matters. Let me see, actually. Nope, only 5. I need 8 to finish that tier. Okay. So this past week has been, like, really hectic, trying to figure all that out and stuff like that. But, you know, it's just another genetic component to add to the already plethora of genetic issues. Oh, Maple's all wrapped up in her little blanket. I'm making a bunch of like dog collars and stuff. So like this is it's not done yet, but this is gonna be part of it. This is gonna be for my prototype. It's eventually gonna be for like Maple. But yeah, I got a bunch of this like really hard, heavy duty like macrame, and I'm gonna make some like dog collars and halters and leashes and etc. and stuff, and maybe sell them on Etsy a little bit or something. Play around with colors. See, I just need to get like a really good pattern going though first. It's a new project of mine. I went and got a bunch of buckles, but they sent me the wrong size, so now I'm just gonna make a bunch of like cat collars and little dog collars. They were only like $6. So, even though they're the wrong size, I'm still just going to use them because I don't like giving up crafting things. So, there's just going to be a bunch of, like, tiny dog and cat collars. But the first one I'm making is just a pink one for Maple, and then maybe I'll also use it for Luna. Luna looks really good in pink. She actually, my mom's friend got a new little puppy. He looks like a beagle, a very long, fluffy beagle. He's got like golden retriever fur, but he looks like a beagle, but he's also long. He's very cute, but he's very little, and my mom he needs like to get used to big dogs, so my mom took Luna to go say hi to him, and she just lay down and let him pounce all over her face, which was very cute. I asked her if she wanted to bring Maple, but I think they wanted a dog that could run a bit more than Maple can. Maple's very good with little dogs because she's such a mom dog. But, yeah. Okay. Yay, got a key. Ooh. What's the lowest thing I have? That's 41, 50, 43. So the hat is the lowest thing I have currently. Nope, not B. There we go. And now that I'm 51, let me double check. Yes, okay, I can finally finish up Shadow Arts. And, I guess I'll just, I already have what I'm gonna use, but I need to get everything completed to, unlock the specialties, so I'm just gonna start on acrobatics. Acrobatics is what I think I use acrobatics a bit on my Daredevil. I used it a bit in the beginning for like my 3rd tier before I unlocked Daredevil, and it was fine. It definitely has some merit, but it's more of a like support spec. Alright, I shall read my mail. I'm gonna go to the bank. I love the like octopus architecture in Lion's Arch. There's so many of these like stone octopusy things. I like them. I know it just but yeah, I like the like octopus bank. I should not have said it like that. I'm not gonna repeat it. I shouldn't have said it like that.
More violets, I say. Less violets.
Treasure chest. What am I gonna get? Now that winter's over, I wonder, ooh, Jackal Mini. I think I already have, no, I don't have that one unlocked. I don't have that one unlocked. Okay. Yeah. And then Norn Die. Yeah, I already have that unlocked. I'll just salvage that. The crafting bag. Nice. And I think I finally have enough to get the horns I want. Because I think it's 45. Let me double check. If you collect the statuettes, you can, like, get stuff. And there's some horns I want that are offered.
Interested in something specific?
Yeah, I do have enough. So this is what I'm gonna get. So, like, these, like, dragon horns. So if you collect enough, you can get that skin.
Less violence.
Yes! Okay, I finally got the mystical dragon horn skin. It means I have none of those. So I already have it in my wardrobe. I'm just gonna use it, even though I'm not really using stuff on my head, just to get the skin out of my inventory, but it's already in my wardrobe. So,
Stars guide you.
yeah, that should be in my wardrobe now. Hell yes it is. Okay, cool. And now I go over to my minis. I want to see what the jackal thing. Little, oh, it's a mini yellow jackal pup. Okay, we're gonna have the jackal pup. I have another jackal pup too that I got from just doing Heart of Thorns stuff. Yeah, and then I have the mini devil dog. So now I have a bunch of jackal pups, actually, variations. Yeah, because I also have the mini jackal mount. So that's the mini jackal mount. And now I have the mini jackal pup, which is like kind of sandy. And I also have the mini spooky jackal as well. I've been working very hard to get these dragon horns though, the mystical dragon horns. And that's gonna be for when I finally get this to 80 and I finally finish up all my glams. That's gonna be on my, I'm just gonna do the little mini jackal pup for now. That's gonna be my I'm gonna use those horns. Among other things. I'm also working for other things. Like I've been working to get all the like Astral Ward stuff, so I only have 2 more of these guys to get. The headgear is gonna be next. You can't really see it, it's kind of little here. The back piece I'm not as jazzed about. I'll probably get it just to finish up the entire set, but I'm not. And then the Dark Sanctified weapons look amazing. Like, look at this longbow. Holy shit. The Dark Sanctified weapons look good. So I might pick up some of those. But those are kind of like ND for me of this. I always get like some of the bigger things. So I got like the top and all that. But I always pick up some of the bigger things first. Oh, I think I need to put stuff back in the bank. Hang on. But yeah, I've been trying to get those, now I have a couple, I'm trying to get a bunch of like horn and ear variations. So anytime that like, that is, up for grabs in the, anytime that is up for grabs in the like statuette kind of thing, because they rotate that out. So anytime that kind of stuff is up for grabs, I try to use statuettes to get stuff like that. But it does mean that, I have to rebuild my statuette stuff for anything else. But yeah, that's been on my list for a while. Okay. Now we go talk to General. General Amora is amazing. I don't know. I posted this in my Discord a while back, but like the Iceberg Saga has a whole event based around like a metal rock band. I've done some of it on stream, but like one of the songs is about General Amora, and it's a fucking amazing song. Like she's just an awesome character. Like, basically, she was traveling with her war band, which for Char is, like, their, like, you know, like, group, and, like, Krokatorek, the dragon, came out and, like, killed everyone. Well, they didn't, he turned everyone into branded, and then she was forced to kill them, and she started the vigil to help stop the dragon threat. So, she's just fucking amazing. Oh, also, she was married to a sociopath and then left that relationship. She's just pretty hardcore. Forgal's like a grumpy old man you just kind of accompany. But like, General Amora is amazing.
The vigil will do our best to keep everyone safe.
She's trying to like improve Char and human relations, you know, she's got her whole thing going. This is not skippable, so we're just gonna watch this. Yeah. This is the vigils, the Whispers have their own, the Priory has their own.
Beneath the dragon as it passed overhead. I survived where others did not. All across Tyria, I found others who told of destruction caused by the dragons. Humans in Silvara battling undead that swarmed their shores. A surge driven from their underground cities, joining together.
Oh yeah, Primordius is no joke. Jormag's a little more threatening.
You have chosen to serve alongside us. Your mentor will be Thor, one of our finest soldiers and the most stalwart Norn I know. He'll teach you to fight with the Vigil. The Vigil was created to fight.
There's Lanthier! I like Lanthier too. He shows up a lot in Heart of Thorns, but he's fun. He's just like, he's just a very chill Savari dude. Lanthier's great. I like Lanthier a lot. He shows up off and on. He's pretty cool. Yeah, General Soulkeeper. That's the name of the, like, yeah. The Iceberg Saga was not a great little, like, in-between season. But it had amazing music. Actually, let me see if I can find it and we'll listen to it in a second. Hang on, let me just let me see if I can find this and I'll put it up and we'll listen to it. We won't listen to the whole thing because it's long, but I just want to show you the Soul Keeper soundtrack. Yeah, Metal Legion. Okay. Let me now. Okay. Whoa, that's long. Okay, let me shorten this a little bit here. Alright, Alright, I'll just put this here. And what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna turn off the audio for this real quick. Just turn that off real quick. I'll turn that back on in a second. And we're gonna listen to this. 'Cause whew, this is absolutely insane. Okay. So there's a whole rock and roll rock star event around this. Let me turn this down a little bit.
This is an epic of the soul.
It's amazing. So there's like a whole rock and roll event just around this song. Where basically you're launching cannons, there's like a giant monster that gets summoned, there's like people in the crowd, it's insane. And it's about General Amora. This amazing song is just about General Amora. It's like a whole char metal war band. They're literally called Metal Legion. It's like, I like General Amora so much. I think Iceberg Saga did her so dirty. But like, yeah, she's just amazing. Yeah, they're basically talking about her story where she like had to take down her own warband after Krokatoric like it's just, we're not gonna watch the whole thing, but like, yeah, it's insane. Like, she gets her own soundtrack, it's phenomenal. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay, I'll turn this back on and we'll get going. But yeah, like she's got her, the soundtrack, like, so Iceberg Saga was not great. The music, on the other hand, was phenomenal. The battle music was amazing. Like, the music for Iceberg Saga was really good. That was like the only thing I was like kind of jazzed about. There we go. Okay, hopefully that's good. Turn that back up. But yeah, like the music was pretty decent. I'm gonna, I guess, sell those off. I'll just walk. I'm lazy. I can walk. I can fly down to the market board that I'm too lazy to go to. But yeah, General Amora, she's a fucking badass. And then individual storyline, like, you're basically fighting her son, and she's like, yeah, that's gotta happen. He's doing bad shit, you know? And then, like, she's married, she was, like, not married, but, like, because Char have different relationships, but yeah, like, she technically had a kid with, like, the leader of the Char, who's, like, a fucking narcissist. And she's left that relationship and just did really well. Oh, I can't sell any of that. Well, I guess I'm junking it then. Or I will salvage it. I kind of just want the money, not the actual materials. This person named their character Horrible Loveliness, and they have, like, a bag on their head. I love it. Their name is Horrible Loveliness, and they put a bag on their head. That's amazing. Oh my god, I love that. Person understood the assignment. Alright, we need to go to Vindi's Reach. Because that's how you get to... That's how you get to the other thing, but yeah. Alright, traveling to Vindi's Reach. And then I need to go... Okay, I can't actually sell those. Can I salvage them? No. Okay, well that's trash then. Yeah. Rukiron. Ruktaron? Whatever. Human city stuff. Here we go. Isn't it interesting how in games, like, it's weird because, like, Final Fantasy, World of Warcraft, and Guild Wars 2, for some reason, humans are always associated with griffins. I find it very interesting that that's just a commonality in, like, a lot of gaming stuff, is that humans and griffins are always kind of weirdly associated together. Hey, Forgle.
Secure the gate. Don't let the renegades escape.
Oh, I don't want to heal him. Alright, just...
The hell it will. The hell it will while I'm here.
I mean, I guess he's glad he got healing, but, Whee! Hello! Gotta go res that guy. Come on, get up, we have Char to fight! They're trying to destroy the Char and Human Alliance, which as a Sylvari I don't really have very strong opinions about. I do like the soft targeting in this game. Okay. Alright, come on Archer, up and at him. I also like how every class can resurrect in this game. It makes party stuff a lot easier. Well, I mean, it's like a very soft role type game. Like, you can be, like right now, I am a thief who can also heal. With the staff option, I think Warrior now has a lot more support too, or is going to get a lot more support. But not like healing support, just like party utility. I know a lot of people are going crazy. Apparently thieves are getting axes allowed in their main hand. And a lot of people were going crazy for that because apparently it's pretty smooth. I'm not really a melee fighter, but I am excited about that. I'm also excited for Revenant getting Scepter because the scepter abilities kind of look like you can summon a lightsaber out of your scepter, which is pretty neat. I don't know if I'll be using it. Maybe. I really like short bow, but I do like, maybe I'll use it on my offhand.
Ready for the next one.
Alright, come on, archers. Up and at 'em. Let's get going. Yeah, the scepter feels really fucking powerful on, and the ability to just kind of like passively heal you while going is pretty cool. I don't really like the way scepters look in game, so I'm gonna have to find a weapon skin that like actually works for me. But I like the way it plays so far. We'll see how it'll be at higher level when, you know, they're not expecting a thief to have a magical shadow-wielding staffy thing, but... Alright, come on. I am so excited for female Hrothgar. I cannot wait for the benchmark test where we get to play around with the character creator first.
Defend us here. They'll take care of the
Hey, nope, don't attack them. I need them all to go attack the big guy. Don't attack my people.
Ready for the next one.
There we go. Oh, this archer's not looking so hot. Heal up. Of course, Forgel just went in and just decided everyone needed to be his problem. Yeah, that was gonna break me. Good news, I can do this now. Oh, hey, maybe I can finally get the rally thing I need. I need to get rally for my adventure guide, so if I can get up from this before I die. Yes, I got rally from my adventure guide, and that completes volume 2. Fuck yes, okay. Ooh, I leveled up twice from getting, oh, I leveled up like 3 times from getting volume 2 completed. Oh, 4 times, okay. Let's go. I love the adventure guide stuff. Okay, that's level 30, 51, 46. I need new shoulders. Okay. Yeah, all my stuff's going because I did a bunch of stuff for volume 3, but I hadn't finished volume 2, so now everything's kind of going at once for volume 2. It's just like all at once, it just went. Yeah, I went from like 51 to 55. The adventure guides are good. I just wish they weren't locked in volumes. Because then we have situations like that where I've done a lot of stuff from the other volumes, but because I haven't done like enough from the first 2, like it won't register. It's kind of it's a little annoying. I like what they did with it because like I like the option. That's still a new thing. These are all gonna be, and I have all of them unlocked. Okay, I'll just pick up one because they're not gonna. Oh hey, and there's another level. Excellent. Just pick up that and then sell those later. Let's see what we got. Can't use that. Can't use that. Those are all heavy and light armor, so those will be sold. All right. Okay, here we go. Ruin is not that bad.
The matrix capacitor seems to be going out of alignment.
Just the latency of the matrix.
I'll just go unlock all this. Get that point of interest. And then if any events come up, we'll do the events. I'm not going to do the hearts though. I'm a little over leveled for this zone, so I'm just squeezing up some extra EXP. Just a bunch of separatists not wanting the Char and human to be peaceful together. I'm good. Did something happen? Is the audio not working out okay? Or did the camera freeze or something? Oh, no, it's fine. I was basically, this area is fine, yeah. I was worried my audio stopped or something, because, when I was, changing up stuff. You know, I'm a little nasally, so.
Stop them.
Oh, I'm not doing this event. This event's kind of annoying. There's a traveling merchant. If enough people attack them, you can get stuff from them. That's pretty cool. But you need to have that mastery unlocked in Lake Tyria.
Things are going to get worse before they get better around here. Tensions are high.
Alright, let's fight this person.
There's much I can teach you.
Let me do this one. That'll kind of blind them. I love the way that thieves dodge. They've got this very, like,
Well done.
well, I mean, I guess Mirage has the same kind of dodge thing. Because, Mirage also, like, if you play Mirage, you can kind of, like, well, no, Mirage has a different dodge thing. So, like, if you play Mirage, apparently when you dodge, you can make it so that you just become invincible instead of dodging. Which I guess is pretty cool. I actually play Chronomancer, which I know everybody jokes that it's dead. I know the jokes that no one plays Chronomancer and that Chronomancer is dead. Chronomancer is fine. It's very useful in group combat. I like Chronomancer. Sue me. I like being a time mage. I use a dagger and a shield combo. It's great. Yeah, all good, Nero, all good. Thank you for making sure. I really appreciate it. Everybody jokes that Chronomancer is dead and Harbinger is hard. Harbinger is the only Necromancer spec that I like. Okay? I tried Reaper. I thought Reaper was fine. I didn't really enjoy it. I mean, I like having the scythe and all of that, and if you're a melee player, I'm sure you would love Reaper. Like, I'm not a melee player, so it wasn't really my cup of tea. I tried Scourge, which is a healer, but you need to, like, play piano to do it correctly. Not the same way you need to with Elementalist, but, like, I didn't really like Scourge. I didn't really like how slow it, like, it wasn't, like, it's this weird mixture of slow and fast, and I didn't really like it. And I liked Harbinger a lot, and everyone said Harbinger was hard. Everybody said I was gonna die playing Harbinger a lot, and it would be hard and, like, irritating to play. And Harbinger has been absolutely fine. It's not, again, Necromancer is not my favorite thing to play in game, which is sad, because I really like the concept. I just don't like, I don't like how it feels for me. Mostly because a lot of time magic classes in this game are very, almost like battle magey. Like, if you want to be a battle mage, this is the good game. Because, like, Elementalist, Harbinger, like, Elementalist, Necromancer, Mesmer, like, a lot of them are geared towards being a battle mage. Here's how Guild Wars 2 is. How you think this is gonna go is not how it's gonna go. Like, oh, you think, like, there's usually one spec that's kind of like how it's gonna go. Like, with Thief, the one spec where it's like, yeah, this is the melee Thief class is Daredevil. Like, that's your one, like, oh, this is how it's gonna go spec. But the other two are, like, the other two are, Deadeye, which is, like, a sniper spec, and, Scepter, which is basically a healer spec. Which is, like, a shadow healer spec. So, like, there's always, and then, like, I think, maybe with Engineer, it's a little different. Engineer is a little, like, because it's still, like, yeah, like, with Engineer, you've got the ability to basically be a tank, the ability to have a mace, and then the only spec that's kind of like what you think when you think typical Engineer is, like, Mechanist. And the other two are, like, one of them is, like, a mecha tank, and the other one's, like, yeah, Scrapper. Both of them are kind of, like, mecha melee DPS. So, like, how you think it's gonna go is not how it's gonna go. Like, with Ranger, I think the only, like, kind of Rangery spec is Untamed, and the other two are, like, one of them's basically, like, a tank with, on steroids, and the other one's, like, Druid. So it's like, yeah, like, it's kind of, there's usually one speciality that's like, yeah, this is great. I mean, maybe with the exception of, like, Guardian, I want to say, because, like, Guardian, trying to think, like, Willbender is very, like, soldiery. Firebrand is just, like, healer spec of it. I'm trying to think of the, no, okay, no, it's the same. Like, when you think Guardian, you think, oh, like, you know, Soldier, Paladin, and, like, I guess, yeah, Firebrand and Willbender kind of fit those vibes. Willbender kind of takes away the healing aspect of it. But Dragon Hunter's a little weird. Like, Dragon Hunter's just like, let's put a bow on this, you know? Or let's, yeah, so it's, a lot of times what you start out as is not what you end up as. But that's why I kind of like the weapon thing, because, like, now I can kind of feel out the weapons, like, as I'm leveling through the game.
We'll never let
Now that I have that unlocked. Hey, leveled up. That's nice. With that succeeded event. I really just want, I'm trying to farm up a bit of karma. Because I'm probably going to have to go through ore and just kind of pick up some stuff. And that can be a little karma heavy. Is the, okay, I was wondering if the Griffin event was up. But I'll see about that when I'm going through here. Oh, I'm not gonna do an escort quest. Yeah, the Griffin event is up. That's much easier, because I have to go through this passageway anyway, so I'll just collect a bunch of Griffin feathers while I do that. just getting a bunch of griffin feathers. Yeah, I am really liking how this is playing. I know there's like a whole like scepter like shadow mode when I finally unlock the elite specs, and we'll see how that feels. But just like the base weapons on it, I'm actually really enjoying. I feel pretty sturdy. There we go, just picking up feathers. Oh, I'm not doing that. I don't need any more blood bricks. I don't need any more. I know if you're like farming, like if you're crafting like legendary weapons and armor, you're probably really into those events. I'm not in the process of crafting any legendary weapons or armor, so that's not an event. Not an event I need, especially after doing like all the stuff with like Codicus and things. I don't need that. Alright. Oh, this person's an engineer. They have turrets. Everyone says engineer is really hard to play, but like if you just specialize in turrets, you just put those down and everything just dies. Everybody's like, oh, engineer is so difficult to play. I'm like, really? You sure about that? It's pretty simple to me. Like, you just, you put things down and things fucking die. Like, you put a turret down and things die. Like, I mained Mechanist for a really long time. And I'm debating doing, like, oh, I'm blanking on the name, but, like, the Hollow Smith, that's the name, yeah. I'm in the process of, like, casually leveling up a Hollow Smith. But, yeah, like, if you spec into turrets, like, things just fucking die. Like, you don't even have to be there. You can just put a turret down and walk away. Like, everyone's like, when I was looking at all these guides, they're like, engineer is really difficult to learn. You have to, like, think about this, and I'm like, are you sure about that? Are you sure? Are we playing the same game? Also, everybody, like, I saw this thing that was like, oh, most played classes or whatever. And they were like, oh, engineer isn't a very highly played class. And I was like, what server are you on? Because on, like, on Dragon Brand, at least, where I am, I see, like, engineers all the time. Like, there's one literally down there. Like, I don't know, like, what? I need to go back. Alright. See, engineer, right here.
What?
There we go. All the griffin feathers and moving on from the situation. This person just fucking turned into a tree. They just used one of those, like, one of those transformation potions to turn into a tree. You can get those, like, I got one during the Christmas event that turned me into a snowman. You can turn into a tree. There's a lot of things you can turn into. It's really funny. I've done some World versus World things where people get the craziest transformation potions. And, when the enemy faction is about to press them, they, like, transform and they, like, parade around, and the enemy faction gets confused by a bunch of, like, crazy people transforming. It's so funny. It's it's hilarious. Like, they're like, it's called distraction techniques. And they just, like, they just transform into something fucking crazy, and the enemy faction is just like, what the fuck is that? I think one of them was, like, a giant, like, frog Hylic with, like, a bunch of balloons. That was pretty funny. It was like a group of people who would just transform these giant, like, toad people carrying a bunch of balloons. And the enemy faction is just like, what the fuck are you doing? They were just standing there. Like, why? distraction techniques. It's like how I use the tank mount in Frontline in Final Fantasy, because even though the laser doesn't do anything, it looks like it could do something, and people who don't know any better think it does do something, and they run away. And then you can just kind of hang around shooting laser from your tank mount, and even though it doesn't do anything, it doesn't hurt anyone, it looks like you're doing it. You're fine, Nero. I will talk to myself. Never worry about that. I will gladly talk to myself. I will ramble on about games for hours because I have no one else to talk to games about too. No one else in my family games. Although that might change now that my sister is no longer allowed to do activities because she's probably going to have to be on blood thinners for the rest of her life. But, yeah, I don't have anyone to talk about games with, so. And then sometimes when I upload things to, like, the YouTube comments later on, like, people put stuff in the comments that I didn't know about, so. So yes, if anybody is watching this on YouTube at a later date and I mention something and you know better, please put it in the comments because I will respond to it and I want to know about it because I don't have anyone to talk about games with, which is part of the reason I do this, is to just ramble on about the games I'm playing and talk about them because I'm an agoraphobic, crazy person living in my room. Just, yeah. I will probably end up talking to myself even if I wasn't streaming just because of the isolation that I live with. Or I talk to my dogs. I talk to my animals a lot. People are always like, you talk to your animals like they're people. And I'm like, because I don't talk to people. Like, I literally, I don't... What is socialization? Yeah, no, my trainer really likes it. He said he wants to take me on as an intern any day, so maybe it won't be a paid gig for a while, but I was an intern to a couple of trainers, but yeah, it's like, he was like, I love the way you talk to the animals, because like, you kind of get on their level. I'm like, well, I don't really talk to people, so. He's like this, his name's Steven. He's like this, like, he's this very elderly, like, black man, and he's been riding and working and training horses for, like, over 40 years. He really knows his shit. It's amazing. But he's very, like, tough love, but he's also, like, he's very good at, like, the whole, like, you know, like, dealing with people with disabilities and stuff. Like, he's very open about that, and he's, like, he's an amazing trainer. He's just, like, yeah, nope. He's very, like, tell it how it is. Like, yeah, your horse is being an asshole. You gotta stop that. And I'm like, I appreciate that. But he's also like, yeah. Or he'll be like, yeah, your horse loves you now, but he doesn't respect you. And I'll be like, yep, I get that. But yeah, he knows his shit, and I like that. But yeah, he's like, he works with a lot of little kids, but because he injured his back a while back, he injured his back and had to get surgery on his back. So he's really old. He's not really old, but like he's like, you know, 60s, 70s. So he can't ride as much anymore. So and he can't stand for long periods of time because of his back injury. So I help out with his lessons and stuff, and then I get a chance to learn how to do more stuff, and he gets a chance to like teach a lot more lessons, and I, you know. He works with a lot of little kids, so a lot of the little kids, they like, it's kind of nice to have someone a little younger because they can kind of latch on to them a little bit. I'm like the middle management, right? So like, the little kids are like, oh, you're young like us, you know, but like, I don't, so like, I can kind of like bridge the gap a little bit and work with it, which is nice, because it allows him to, like, handle a lot more clients at one time, because, like, I can also be there to kind of walk around with them and stuff. And I did a horse camp with him, and it was fun. It was fun. And then I get to, like, you know, work with all his different horses and learn all of them and stuff. And help out. I'm also going to be, like, doing some I'm trying to get better at, like, my pamphlet editing for office administration stuff. So I'm doing a bunch of, like, flyers for people. So I'm doing a bunch of, like, yeah, I'm trying to get better at, like, my graphic design skills. Because I want to get better at my office administration skills. And graphic design is one of them. And so I'm just going to be designing a bunch of pamphlets, making a bunch of dog collars and halters, and, you know, continuing to do all of my side gig things. I got a bunch of, like, really pretty colorways that I'm going to do for a bunch of these, like, dog collars and halters. And then I'm going to make a bunch of prototypes while I just narrow stuff down. Then all the prototypes are probably going to get donated. But this one right now, I'm doing, like, this, like, pink colorway. And then I also I got some nice blue. So I'm going to do some, like, blue stuff. And I have white as well, but that's mostly for, like, prototype stuff. I have black, so I'm going to do some of that. And then I have, like, this really pretty, like, foresty green. So I'm going to do some stuff with this really pretty, like, foresty green. And then I also have some, like, I found this, like, dark blue that I'm probably going to pair with the blue. So it's, like, this, like, really soft dark blue. And there's all machine washable. But, like, yeah, I'm going to make some, like, horse halters and dog collars and stuff. And maybe I'll make some, like, they're called, like chest halters, or, like, they're called, like, yeah, like chest straps or whatever. And those are, like, they're mostly for Western riding, but they, like, help anchor the saddle. So, like, people who do, like, work where your horse is, like, turning really quickly, like, barrel racing, cow work, or even, like, trail riding, because you're going up and down steep hills, the saddle can move up and down the horse's back, and that can cause problems for the horse's back. So what they do is there's, like, a little chest band that kind of, like, anchors the saddle to the cinch, and then it doesn't move around, it doesn't slip as much. I use it because the horse I'm currently working with has a prior, like, when he was the vet thinks when he was a baby, he, like, rolled and injured his back, and his body grew around it. So he's got, like, a little bone chip actually in his back, and you can feel it. It doesn't bother him as long as he has proper, like, stuff. But yeah, the vet thinks that he just had, like, an injury when he was a kid and just grew around it. So I use it to keep the saddle anchored because I just don't want any friction on that. I have a very thick saddle pad, it's like 3 inches thick, but I don't like slippage, and he also, because of his prior stuff, I just don't want to deal with that. He probably doesn't really need it. I'd rather be safer than sorry with it. And because he's an old guy too. He's, like, in his 20s, right? And he's already got some, like, arthritis issues from being worked too hard when he was much younger. So I'm just trying to be cautious with that. And yeah, like, yeah. I mostly see it with trail horses, but I'm probably going to make some as well, because, like, a lot of people don't like the leather straps. Just because horses with sensitive skin can't handle the leather straps. And also when you have horses that are new to wearing tack, sometimes the leather is really difficult for them to get used to. So it can be really good to, like, do stuff with, like, fabric before it. Same with dogs, actually, too. When you have animals that are not used to wearing things like collars and halters and stuff, leather or, like, stuff like nylon, stuff that's, like, kind of firmer, can be really difficult for them to get used to. So it can be easier if it's, like, something that's fabric-y or something that's softer. And so part of, like, the reason I'm making this is that I kind of want to make, like, other options for people that don't want to use that. And I also, like, yeah, and then I'll probably just donate a bunch of it too, because, like, shelters always need collars and halters and stuff. And I always think it's fun to, like, make new things. I have all this, like, because my mom's been knitting since she was 15, and I've been forced to knit for since I was born, because, like, my family literally has a room dedicated to yarn because my mom's, like, obsessed with this, right? Like, I should use my talent for something. Like, I should do something with it. And, like, I can make gloves. I make gloves and hats, and I leave them around. I make stuffed animals. I leave them around. Actually, I just finished a really cute stuffed animal. Let me go get it. I finished this really cute. I got all the colors right. I found buttons that, like, matched it perfectly. Let me go find this really cute little... It's back here. its little tag on it. I found a tag that works perfectly with the colorway. Look how cute it is. I got all the colors right on it. Yeah, it just says the more you weigh, the harder you are to kidnap, stay safe, eat cake, and then life can be lonely, here is a friend. Like, I like, sometimes when I work on stuffed animals, they come out and I'm like, okay, they're fine. You know, they're probably just going to sit on a park bench until someone finds them. That's what I do. And then sometimes I finish them and I'm like, oh my god, it's so cute, because I actually found, like, sometimes they turn out really fucking well, and this is one of the ones that turned out really fucking well. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. Like, I did a bunch of, like, I've been doing a bunch of knitting and stuff. My grandmother actually found, like, a food bank that will take a lot of the scarves and hats I've been knitting. So they've been taking the scarves and hats. So I've been distributing scarves and hats to that food bank, as well as leaving them around. Luna and I went around and we left them at a bus stop and things. We actually went out the other day and we saw a dog that looked like her but a puppy. It was very cute. But yeah, I think that's gonna be everything. Yes, it is a sky scale. Hello. I finally got it. This mount took me for fucking ever to get. Your name is Pessimistic Panda, and I fucking love it. I love your name so much. Oh my god. That's an amazing name. I love the Pessimistic Panda. That works so well. Oh my god. Yeah, I got halfway through getting the sky scale and well, mostly halfway through. I got to the end part of getting the sky scale in Path of Fire. And then my body just, like, gave up. I just gave up. Like, I couldn't do it anymore. But then when Secrets of the Obscure launched, it was a lot easier to get the sky scale, so I just got it through Secrets of the Obscure. I could go back and finish the collection stuff in Path of Fire, but I kind of, my sanity might not be able to take that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's hard to get. Like, I actually thought the Griffin wasn't that hard to get. The Griffin was not that bad. But yeah, the bunny and the raptor and the skimmer are pretty easy to get. And you can mostly get through the game. Like, yeah. I remember being new and not having any mounts. They didn't even have the option to, like, now they have, like, they like grant you the raptor a little bit earlier. When I first started, like, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I've been kind of playing off and on for a while, but, like, I'm kind of an altaholic, so I always am leveling.
Whoever trained you must be crying right now. You best run.
Yeah, but now they give you an option to ride around. Yeah, yeah. It's a little bit of a different game. I mean, I think that Guild Wars 2, because it's got, like, its own unique kind of, like, style and stuff, once you get into it, it's a little bit difficult. It's a little difficult to get into. Once you get into it, you really like it. Like, oh my god. I like that, like, when I unlock one thing mastery-wise, every single character has that thing regardless of level. Like, I'm not level 80, but I can still use the sky scale because I took the time to unlock it on a level 80 character. And it's nice. It feels like, oh, all your masteries really pay off. Well, except for some of the ones in Icebrood Saga, but we don't talk about Icebrood Saga. Yeah, I'm just, I'm an altaholic, so I'm constantly leveling, like, new shit all the time.
You're the worst trained, most cowardly
But
I've ever seen.
yes. So in Secrets of the Obscure, you can, you have to go through you have to unlock all the masteries for it, and you have to go through the collection process. But there's some really good guides. It's not as bad, and then once you unlock it, you have it on all areas. In Secrets of the Obscure, you have it just in Secrets of the Obscure until you unlock it on all areas, but yes. So, yeah, I unlocked it through Secrets of the Obscure. For a while, you just have it in that area, but then, yeah, once you get everything done. So, yeah, but if you ever need some help or someone to pal around with, feel free to add me on in Guild Wars, because I'm right here, November in 6017. Yeah, just feel free to add me. Actually, let me make sure I add people here. Yeah, because, like, it's a lot easier. It's so much easier. Yeah, it's a much more streamlined method. Hi, Pythagorean theory. Yes, I'm a yeah, okay. Hopefully I said your name right. Yes, it's a lot more streamlined. It's a lot easier. It's still a collection process, but it's a little bit more like the Griffin. It's a little more, it's simpler. This is just gonna go on my off part. I got to the end of the older method when they were like, you need 250 crocodile ore, you need 250 of this and that, and then I just gave up. My body just, like, could not take it anymore. Yeah, my body gave up the ghost on that one. I was just, like, done. I was like, I can't anymore. Sometimes you just feel like you're just like, oh, this is not happening. But yeah, Secrets of the Obscure was a lot easier. So I have a bunch of characters. This is my main account. So I have a bunch of characters and I level up. So my main was Firebrand for a really long time. I usually main healer, and it was Firebrand for a really long time. But I'm kind of getting a little bit tired of Firebrand, so I'm looking for another healer. So I leveled up Herald, and it was okay. It's got a lot of variation, and I like that. But I also wanted to try Scepter out because I like the vibe of using shadows. Oh, do you mean, I didn't realize there was a Skyscale skin from Secrets of the Obscure. I didn't realize that. I just used the generic Skyscale. I don't, like, the mounts, I'm mostly into, like, fashion of what my character is wearing, not really what, not the same, the mount skins are a little, like, if they're around, like, I got the one from Astro Awards, and I got the one, they gave out, like, a free one on their 10th anniversary, and I got something from there, but, like, I don't... I didn't realize there was a collection for that. Alright.
Vigil's my escort? Fine. Just don't tell the rest of the Vanguard. I'll never hear the end of it.
If I'd had a daughter, she'd be a lot like Jade.
So I have a lot of alt characters.
This has ambush written all over it.
I'm kind of what I call it, an altaholic. I like to create new characters and new builds all the time. I get really obsessed with new different builds that I can create. I love all the new unique builds that I do, and I'm constantly trying to create more unique builds. I like to go a little bit, like, different than the norm most of the time. But it is a problem. Like, I am constantly making new alts and characters. It's a problem.
Stay alert. Keep moving.
Anyone else?
It is very easy in Guild Wars 2. Like, that's the other thing. Like, and there's always new stuff to explore and find and new events to do. Like, it is very easy to create a bunch of alts, which is part of the reason it's so addicting. I'm, like, constantly trying. Also, I know that a lot of people are probably kind of mad about the ads I have on stream. I'm sorry about that. I'm saving up to get some new equipment. Once I get the equipment, the ads will go away. Just apologizing in advance of that.
They aren't even bothering to disguise their ambushes? That's just insulting.
I see a survivor.
I want to get some new equipment so I can kind of broaden up my streams a little bit, and I think I need a better microphone.
If the ambassador is
But I want to get some equipment so I can do some more, like,
We all knew the risk.
Just some other stuff.
First.
And then I also want to get some better editing software for a couple of my things that I have in the works. But yeah, I do make a lot of alts in this game. Yeah, I'm really liking the Scepter vibe. Like, I don't have the elite spec unlocked yet, but just like the Scepter is like just one like rotation ability is very satisfying to me. It just heals you up. It just does all this damage. Yeah. It's hard. Like, so the first character you make, I say do what you want and just like kind of pal around it. It's very difficult at first, just like wandering through the hearts and stuff, and it's a lot harder. But as you make more characters and get more and more in, like it starts to get easier and easier as you start to unlock things. But yeah, it's very difficult at first. Like I think they're doing work to try to get that better with like the adventure guides and like, you know, granting access to mounts a little bit sooner. Yeah, Elementalist is yeah. I like Elementalist, but I don't play it well. Okay, I play Elementalist badly. I like Elementalist. I play it really badly. You actually want to ignore this guy. It's a trap. If you res this guy, the other characters will attack you. If you just ignore him, they don't attack you. Heart of Thorns is really bad without a sky scale. Completely agreed. Heart of Thorns without mounts is pretty impossible. I say go into Path of Fire, like, and just get a couple mounts and then go back and do Heart of Thorns. You're gonna have no idea what's happening in Path of Fire, but if you can get a couple mounts from there and then go back and do Heart of Thorns, it's so much easier. Heart of Thorns is brutal for many, like, even still, I think the other expansions are much better than Heart of Thorns. I think, like, the pacing in Heart of Thorns is all off. The like, scale of difficulty is all off. Like, Heart of Thorns has a bunch of problems. It was their first expansion, so it kind of makes sense.
Minister Duran, sir, please. It's.
I know! The story is very good. The story, here's the thing. I'm a story player, right? Like, I play FF14 as well. I love me some story. But I also like to be able to survive. And surviving in Heart of Thorns without mounts is not surviving.
Excellent.
I'm just gonna do the human because it's right here and then I don't have to, like, travel. And I'm lazy and I don't want to travel. Oh, I got a bunch of great swords. I don't need great swords. Let me just... Ooh, yay! Tons of hero points. Start to get some of these all maxed out. Whoa, what did I just spawn into? Holy shit, there is not a there's one person there. Oh no, I shouldn't have attacked. They're down. I was like, oh, there's people here. No, there are not people here. What did I do? Oh no, there are not people here. Oh no. It was just right on top of me when I exited. Yeah, so Guild Wars 2, here's how I say Guild Wars 2 is. Guild Wars 2 is a fair game. You are getting a decent, fair product. You're not getting, like, you're not gonna get, like an amazing game, but you're also not getting a bad game. You are getting a fair, decent game. And in this age of MMOs, where every other MMO is a scam, Guild Wars 2 has one of the better, you know, options, like, you know, financially. It kind of runs on a lot of things. Like, it's just a fair, decent game. It's got a fair, decent story. Is it the best story? No. That would be like FF14 or Star Wars Old Republic. Is it the worst story? No. That would be, you know, more along the lines of like World of Warcraft or some shit. Like, it's it's a fair, decent game. You are getting a fair, decent product. It's reasonably priced. You don't have to subscribe. It's just a reasonable, fair game. And in this day and age, I think that's fine. That's perfectly adequate, you know? Yeah, it's very like, yeah, compared to other games, this game monetarily, it knows what it is. It's just like, it's a fair, decent game. Like, you're not getting like the most outstanding thing ever, but you're also not getting trash. Like, it's just completely, nope, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Stop it. Stop healing her.
We need to hold this position.
That's the one thing with Scepter I have to deal with that I don't have to deal with Firebrand, right? Firebrand has a lot of more like area effects, and Scepter is very direct.
Show no mercy.
I mean, I think I always ship Rox and Bram together, because here's my theory, right? If you've ever seen the Norn race elite specs, they turn into animals, and the Norn and Char geographically live really close together, and the Norn and Char are also very similar, and I think that the Norn changing into animals are, like, the Char are, like, there was a lot of interbreeding between Norn and Char. That's my thing, but maybe that's just my fan fiction. It's just a conspiracy theory at this point, right?
Run now.
I think the Norn and the Char are related very distantly. I mean, I have my knitting right here. I've been making a lot of, like, little knitted things, so. Yeah, I like Rox a lot. I think, I have, like, different, like, cause, like, here's the thing. I'm a pan-romantic asexual, right? I don't, like, find, like, things attractive. But I find personality types attractive, so, like, I like, Goric is fun, because I have a soft spot for, like, quirky inventor types. Same with Timey. Although, because you meet Timey when, because you, like, know Timey when she's, like, younger and watch her grow up, like, it's not as there for me. But, like, Goric was fun. Like, End of Dragons was one of the best storylines I think Guild Wars 2 has ever done. The most beautiful areas Guild Wars 2 has ever done. And, like, also just, like, yeah, traveling around, watching Goric lose his cool was one of the best things they could have done for his character. Like, watching Goric just lose his absolute shit was one of the best things ever. Because he's losing his shit in this very nerdy way, and it's very funny. And also, Rama was super fun to pal around with. There was just a lot more, like, Akane being, like, the gothic receptionist, like, April from Parks and Rec was just super funny. Like, yeah, sure. Exciting. I'm pretty sure they just modeled her after April from Parks and Rec. Like, she literally looks like April from Parks and Rec. She acts like April from Parks and Rec. It's phenomenal.
More renegades are coming from the south.
Yeah, I did it in order too, but I did do, I used, like, the boost that came with the expansion to get a character to 80. And I did do Path of Fire. I just didn't really pay attention to the story, just to get some of the mounts unlocked. Then I went back and I did everything in order. Like, that was kind of my thing. So I've done everything. Like, I've done Living World, all of the seasons. I've done Icebrood Saga. I'm never doing Icebrood Saga again. I've done Heart of Thorns. I've done, like, EOD and Secrets of the Obscure and, like, the new stuff in Nyos. But, like, yeah. Like, doing Heart of Thorns without mounts is brutal. And even still, like, the way I had to go about Heart of Thorns was, like, it was, like, I can't be a completionist about Heart of Thorns because I will lose my sanity. Yeah. It was, like, I will lose my sanity if I'm a completionist in Heart of Thorns. So I didn't really approach Heart of Thorns with the completionist aspect. I approached it with like, I'm going to get through this knowing I have a bunch of alts that are also going to be leveling these masteries when they go through it, so I don't need to rush it. And then I kind of like, the way I approach expansions in Guild Wars 2 is I do them, and then if I want to level in the expansion, I go back and level in the expansion. But I don't really worry about completing everything as I'm going through the expansion. I kind of just go through the expansion, level what I need to level, and then when I'm done with the expansion, I go back and I grind through it, because it's very, like, there's so many events and things to do that it's very easy to just kind of do that. Yeah, End of Dragons is beautiful. End of Dragons was probably one of the better expansions I've played in this game. It was beautiful. It felt right pacing-wise. There's a lot of really funny moments. I loved Yao as a character. The like Marjorie and Casimir stuff was top-notch. Marjorie and Casimir, I like how casual this game is with LGBTQ representation. So Marjorie and Casimir are always really fun to me. This is the Jackal Mini. I just got this in the chest actually earlier today. But I do have a pet cat. They're pretty cheap on the market board, at least in Dragon Brand. The Cat of Unkindness. Or are you commenting on my dogs? I have dogs. I have 3 large dogs. I don't know if one of them walked in the room or not. Maple is sleep. I have an elderly dog who's sleeping on the bed behind me. She was kind of throwing a hissy fit before, but yeah. I have 3 large dogs. My family is very animal oriented. I don't have a pet cat, but my sister does, and my grandparents had cats. My sister actually has a cat named Frog. She's named Frog because she kind of sounds like a frog when she meows. I cat sit Frog sometimes. She's pretty chill. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So like there's a really easy cat mini to get in this game. Let me see if I can find it. Miniatures. So on the market board it is, yeah, mini Zuzu, Cat of Darkness. It's pretty cheap and easy to get, and it's like a little black cat with a little bow here. This jackal I just got in a chest today, the little jackal pup. Yeah, it's pretty cheap on the market board, at least in Dragon Brand. I don't know how it is in other servers, but yeah, it's a pretty easy one to get. Just gonna resurrect these people for... Oh, hey, it's Ember. Ember shows up in Icebrood Saga, and you're all like, yay! Finally someone competent. I did not do a good job, but, you know, leveling a healer. Yeah, there's a lot of really cute minis. I think the Golden Pig is another one of my favorites. There's a Golden Pig mini. I don't have it. I could get it. I was just like, eh. Let me see. I'm trying to see if my electric blanket turned off. Oh, yes, it did turn off. I was like, why does it feel colder? And that's why it turned off. Okay. Let me just... Did I get everything unlocked? Everything I wanted to get unlocked. Did I get it unlocked? Yes. I got all the hero points. I got all the waypoints. I got at least 10 points of interest. And now we go back to the vigil. This game is so large. I haven't actually done a lot of fractals. I'm trying to get a group together to do fractals. I know you need a lot of agony resistance, which my Firebrand has. I think Geraldson and I are probably going to do fractals at some point. But I haven't done a lot of fractals. I did some. Most of my approach to Guild Wars 2 is like, if I feel like doing it, I'll do it. I mean, it's kind of like dungeons or raids, right? Like, you just kind of approach them slowly and methodically and just take the time to learn them. I'm a very, like, I don't put a lot of stress on things that I'm trying to accomplish. So I'm just, like, slow, methodical, and I get through it, like, you know, as things need to go. I don't rush things. I think if you want to rush things, be, like, in a group that, we are doing quaggin. We're always going to do the sweet potatoes.
Very well. I'll meet you at Lake Wormblood.
Sea potatoes. I'm not the type to rush things. Whenever I've dabbled in fractals, I take it very slow, methodical, look up a guide if I need to look up a guide, and I just, you know, I go through it at a slow pace. I have slight cognitive processing issues, so it takes me a little longer to learn something, but once I learn it, I have it down for, like, ever. So it's kind of, for me, it's a little bit more like, I'm going to take this very slow and methodically, and then once I have it, I have it. But I don't rush things. When I do want to rush things, I get a group. I only rush things if I know them and I have a group that knows them. If everyone in the group knows them, then I rush things. But it's kind of like, I take it very slow and steady. Of like, here's what I need to do, here's what I need to visualize. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to do fractals. You don't have to. It's fun. I think it's easier to do fractals once you've kind of gotten your feet in the game and you kind of know what you're doing, and like you have maybe some friends. Again, add me if you need friends. Right here, November M617. I have a Discord too, and we have Find a Game Friend, so you can post your stuff there, and other Guild Wars 2 people can find you and add you. But if you need someone to chill with, I am always, you know, I'm just a click away night or day. So I'm usually pretty around. But yeah, I've done a bunch of strikes. So I used to be part of a guild that did strikes like weekly. They don't do those anymore, but I did a bunch of strikes. Strikes were fun. Strikes are just like, you know, they're the same, they're like trials. They're basically like, you know, the same fights you usually do with people in games, but, you know, just a little bit harder. Some of them are a little buggy, which is kind of annoying, but like, yeah, I've done a couple strike missions. You don't have to do those, but it is useful. You can get some mastery points from doing those. And most, like, the Icebrood Saga ones are pretty easy. Yeah, most of them are pretty simple. They're not crazy. Do I have anything that needs to go in the bank? No, I do not. Are these? Yes, okay, finally we got to the point where they're salvageable. That's better. They're not sellable, so I'm not gonna sell them, but they are salvageable. Yeah, I'm on North American servers. So I'm on Dragon Brand, but I think North America can kind of coexist together. Yeah, I'm on NA servers. But yeah, if you ever need help with anything, always feel free to reach out. And same with anyone else, you know. I'm trying to get Guild Wars 2 friends. I have a lot of FF14 friends, and I'm always trying to get more FF14 friends too, but like, I play a lot of MMOs. I'm kind of an MMO crackhead. I'm constantly playing a bunch of different MMOs, so I'm usually on pretty much everything. Like, you can find me on Guild Wars 2, you can find me on Palia, you can find me on World of Warcraft, although I'm on European servers on World of Warcraft. You can find me in FF14, like, if it exists, I'm probably on there. So, if you ever see anyone with Novemberin or Roan of Arc, like, that's probably me. On European servers on WoW, I'm Roan D-Arc. Because I needed something different from my North American name, so that's what I went with. selling off a bunch of things at the market board. Yeah, here. After I'm done with this, I'll show you. I'll show off some of my other characters that are a little higher, and you can kind of see what I mean when I say I'm an altaholic. I think I have like upwards of like 15 characters now that I'm like jumping between. I use a lot of them for different things. Honestly, like I don't use all of them for the same shit. But yeah, here let's just. Yeah. And then my Daredevil, she's kind of like a pirate. I've got like dual pistols on her. This is my main, so I'm trying not to be a Firebrand main anymore. But like, yeah, Zero Halo was my main for a while. This is my Berserker Warrior. I kind of have a longbow Berserker build. This is my Revenant, my Renegade. This is my Herald, Druid. Mechanist was my main for a while too. Chronomancer. I know everyone says Chronomancer is dead. I like Chronomancer. I got a Weaver. I mostly use my Weaver as a bank right now. This is my Spellbreaker, who I mostly use as a bank. Harbinger. And then Catalyst. But yeah, I have a lot, and then I have some that I'm working on, but I don't know if I'll keep. Like I have this who's going to be like a Hollowsmith, but I don't know if I'm going to keep that. And then I was revisiting Ranger, but I also don't know if I'm gonna keep that. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, I go very heavy on the glams. Alright, all good, Nero. Stay safe, eat cake. The more you weigh, the harder you are to kidnap. Hopefully you feel better. Hopefully you have a mentally restful day. I hope you relax well and good. Yeah, I put a lot of thought into fashion. I think this game is very good with fashion because once you unlock something on one character, you have it on all characters. And that is something I appreciate. So, none of that stupid, I need to put it in my glamour dresser shit. I mean, I don't go as hard on the fashion as some other people do. Like, there's some people who, like, farm infusions, so they're all glowy and shit and, like, stuff, and, like, I got the infusion that was, like, from the like, astral rewards, and that was it, and I was like, I'm not, I don't go as hard on infusions. My Weaver has the lava infusion on them, that I got from the Icebreed Saga, but I could go a little bit harder on fashion than I am going on fashion. I could be a little I could be a little bit more diligent about it than I am, but I usually don't do it till I get to 80 and I got like a standard armor set, a sweaty casual MMO play. I don't know if casual is I'm out of work right now, so I've been gaming a lot. I just, my last job, basically they found out I had PTSD, and they just started being really ableist about it, and it was, I don't know, they either found out I was on the spectrum or I had PTSD, because I had both, but, like, I just did not want to fight the HR battle that was that, so I'm kind of just out of work working on some of my stuff, and doing content creator things on the side, and we'll see. I mean, my family has a lot of disabilities, so it's not like, but it's still, yeah. I talked about it in previous streams, but yeah, like, this is not the first time I've been kind of, not fired, but, like, slowly ousted from a job because they found out about some of my disabilities. And, yeah, it's not fun. It's... Yeah, Yeah, no, my mom is big on me being a quote-unquote productive member of society, so I do a lot. I intern for a trainer, a horse trainer. I craft a bunch of things. I do a lot of charity projects. I leave scarves and stuffed animals around town for people to find. I try to make the world a better place, just very slowly, you know? Try to make the internet a positive place. Try to have a cynically optimistic view of the world. You know, I'm doing what I can. I train the dogs, do a bunch of stuff. It's not like consistent, but you know, I'm gonna start selling like collars and halters and things too, and I'll probably post some stuff about that. So if you want to see like cute animals wearing collars and halters, feel free to follow me. They're not gonna be very expensive. They're probably just gonna be like $10, but like, yeah. I got a bunch of these like tiny little ones by mistake, so I'm gonna be making a lot of little cat collars. Maybe I'll get some cute little jingle bells and put them on the cat collars. I got a bunch of key rings because I was like, oh, I could just add those, but they accidentally sent me like really small little buckles, so now I don't know what to do with them. I love that different classes dodge in a way that like their class would dodge. Like thief dodges in like this very like, you know, like like blur kind of way. I love that. I love it when the like classes dodge in various different capacities. It's a cool little touch that they do. And then like there's also effects you can like do in build wise that like give your character like different dodge type things, which is really neat. I like the little touches of detail. Mounts aren't allowed here. Wandering through. Yeah, I mean, the grind does never stop. You always gotta be hustling for the next thing, right? Especially in today's economy. Overwork is rampant everywhere. I mean, I shouldn't be complaining. I'm lucky that I'm still allowed to live at home. Like I'm lucky that I still have the option of living at home. That's not something everyone has. So I'm lucky I'm still able to do that while I'm sorting everything out. Sea potato! Enraged sea potato! I love the quaggin. The quaggin are so great. If you stream the game, yeah, okay. I guess that's technically true. It is non-taxable. I don't know. We'll see who the IRS sends. I'm asexual, though, so a sexy model won't work on me. I don't know if y'all have seen that clip from, I think it's Dance vs. the World, where like a model opens the door and he's like, I don't care who the IRS sends, I'm not paying taxes. It's like, yeah, not gonna work on me. I mean, yeah, most of my stuff I'm not making enough money to really be taxed on it. I maybe make like, on a good month, like $50 a month. That's kind of it. So it's not and that's from the streaming. It's not from, so. But I'm also not as consistent as I could be on it. Like, I have a lot of health issues, and my family has a lot of health issues, and also, like, last month was brutal. Like, everyone got sick last month in different ways. Like, my sister needed emergency surgery. I got the fucking flu. Like, my mom had to go get a biopsy. Like, everyone got fucking sick in different ways last month, and it was just bad. Like, I was just like... It was bad. And then, like, this week we all had to go get tested because now we all have a genetic condition that is going to cause us to get blood clots with, like, certain situations. So add that to my already, like, genetically, you know, fucked up list of things I've inherited. Yeah, it was like, oh, it's the holidays, it's Christmas, you're all sick. It was great. It was like, you know... well, I mean, we don't really celebrate holidays the same way other people do, but yeah, it was like, well, we're all gonna be home anyway. Just gonna be kinda, you know. But yeah, like, it was an interesting month. Yeah, I haven't gone to the hospital in years. There were things I should have gone to the hospital for. Like, I had a migraine that lasted 5 days a while back, and I probably should have gone to an emergency clinic for that, because that was really bad. And none of my meds were working. But my mom and my sister were in Canada at the time, and I needed to take care of the dogs. And I was also dog sitting my grandparents' dog, so I was like, well, and I can't drive because of my disabilities. So it was like, well, I can't drive. I have to be here, so I ended up just, like, sleeping for, like, 5 days straight with a bunch of dogs. With this migraine, just, like, with the lights off. I should have gotten that checked out. I really should have, because that's... I, like, lost part of my sight for, like, one day. It was bad. But, yeah, there are things, like... Also, like, growing up, my mom was very big into, like, you have to be tough, you can't be weak, you know? So, like, I oftentimes don't get things checked out that I really should. Yeah. I was also in and out of the hospital a lot when I was younger, so I try to avoid it like the fucking plague now, because I don't want to, like, it's just that, like, because I was in and out of the hospital so much when I was younger, it's a little bit more, like, I don't want to go back. Yeah, I have chronic insomnia, so it wasn't really like sleeping. It was more like, you know when dolphins like turn off half their brain underwater to stay alive? It was a bit more like that. I'm not allowed to do animal descriptions of my sleep schedule to my psychiatrist anymore, though. Ever since I described trying to fall asleep like a snake closing all their eyelids, my psychiatrist is now like, you cannot do animal analogies anymore. Like, I don't want to hear about snake eyelids. I did not sign up for that. I am a psychiatrist. You cannot do snake eyelid analogies. But yeah, like, so yeah, when I was a kid, I would literally go like a week and a half without sleeping. And I would just kind of be in a state. And a lot of people are like, when you say that, you're lying because, like, you would be fucking dead or, like, you would be really close to death. And, like, yeah, your body fucking breaks down. They had emergency medication. There was my family was prescribed emergency, basically, like, tranks almost to, like, put me out of it because it was so bad. And now it's a little better because I, like, keep a consistent schedule and I try to, like, you know, have stuff. But yeah. Yeah. Because snakes have, like, multiple eyelids, and they close their eyelids at different times. And my psychiatrist was like, I don't need to hear that. But it got the point across of the point I was trying to make, where it's like, I close my eyes and they still don't feel closed. Like, it still feels like my muscles are working. Like, the point was there. The point was made. But yeah, when I was a kid, like, they literally were, like, I was prescribed, like, really heavy duty, like, almost like tranks, because they were like, you need to sleep. You're not sleeping. Why are you not sleeping? But yeah, like, that's how, like, it's funny, because my stepmom, I have, like, 4 sisters. My parents divorced when I was, like, 3, so we lived together, so But my stepmom, when she talks about her kids, my two stepsisters and my half-sister, she always talks about how, like, smart they were as kids, or, like, how intuitive they were as kids. And my mom, when she talks about me as a kid, she's like, you never fucking slept, ever. She's like, you never slept. Even my grandparents are like, you never slept. They were like, we would spend hours trying to get you to go to sleep. They were like, you'd still be up.
I'll take you with me.
Yeah, exactly. Been awake since 1998. Hey, that kind of rhymes. Oh, it's a little Asura that's attacking us. Scram, Curvy Boulder, scram. Did you know the Asuras in Guild Wars 2, in Raw Assume, there's a hall, I posted this in Discord a while back, because I found it and I couldn't fucking believe it. They have a hall called the Frick Hall. It's literally, like, on the side of their building. It's in the most, like, it's literally called Frick Hall. I'm like, what are you getting up to? I took a picture of it. I have a bunch of mugs. My mom did a ceramic class and she made a bunch of mugs, and now we have a bunch of mugs. I kind of like it because it kind of, a lot of them are very big, like tavern mugs. So it kind of gives this like fantasy vibe to the stream. But now we have way more mugs than we can do things with, because she just made a bunch of mugs. Trying to figure out things to like do with all of them. It is such an Asura thing, right? I kind of, yeah, I get it. They're like very high entitled. I made a joke that they were like curvy boulders. Okay, I'm gonna go back here and then like go down the other way and just use the mountain ranges as like a natural pass. I love the Priory main area with like the world on the ground here and like the libraries and stuff. The Priories have one of the best kind of buildings. Yes, I love the way Asuras talk too. That's why my main was an Asura for a while. Like my firebrand was an Asura for a while. Like, so first of all, the voice acting for the Asura character is really good. I like the voice actor does a really good job. Felicia Day is Zoja, which is amazing. So, you know, I like their voice acting. Whereas, like, I don't really like the Char and Norn voice acting as much. I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite. Every time the Char character does, like, says a line or something in cutscenes, it just sounds like rocks to me. And it's a little bit, like, disconcerting for me to, like, be like, okay, but I'm not rocks, but it sounds like rocks. Definitely a little more casual now than I was in terms of hours, but I used to be very into this game. Well, I'm still very into this game. I just I'm a little less chronically on all the time. I'm kind of diversifying the games that I'm playing. I also, like, so I used to do a segment on the stream that was called Throwback Thursday, where every Thursday I would stream, like, a really old game that I used to play. I don't do that anymore because for some reason everybody wants to schedule shit on Thursday. But I might start another day of the week where I just play, like, older stuff. I don't know yet. It's something I'm thinking about. Like, what if it was instead, like, I don't know, Trash Tuesday? Whimsical Wednesday? No, that doesn't really work. I'm trying to think of another, like, alliteration I could do. Wasteful Wednesday? No. Yeah. The first time you grind to 80, it's really hard. As you unlock masteries in the expansions, and then create new characters that, like, have those masteries unlocked, like, then it becomes easier. And it just becomes easier and easier to make alts in this game. I also wanted to make, I made my firebrand after I had pretty much grinded through most of the game. But it was when Secrets of the Obscure was announced, and they were like, oh, Zosha's gonna be there, it's gonna be kind of, you know, an Asura thing, and, like, there's gonna be mages in a tower, and I was like, okay, well, I want to make something kind of magical. So that's when I made my firebrand, because I was like, I wanted to make something magical to fit in with the expansion, and then, like, you know, I leveled, you know, Sky Scale and stuff, Secrets of the Obscure, and now every character has it, and it's a lot easier. But, yeah, sometimes I will level up, like, alts specifically because I think they fit the vibe of the expansion I'm going for. And it did fit the vibe of the expansion I was going for very well. Secrets of the Obscure is pretty grindy though, so that was kind of annoying. Not that Firebrand it's a healer, so, you know, like, it's not very, like, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it stays alive. Oh, you mean the legends? I was confused because I thought you meant, like, leggings, but I think you mean legends. So, legendary weapons, I have not grinded for the legendary weapons. I have, okay, well, that's not entirely true. I've done, Icebrood Saga strikes. Like, I do those weekly to get crystals for the legendary stuff, like the legendary armor and weapons there. But I haven't done any of the, like, massive legendary grinds. So I have, like, my firebrand is wearing legendary armor, from Icebrood Saga and some other things. Because also with Astral Rewards, you can get a specific, like, a certain amount of, you can't get a lot of legendary armor, like, you can't gear all your characters, but you can at least get, like, enough for one character. So, because I was doing a lot of, like, raids and strikes on my firebrand, I went out and I got some legendary stuff for that, but I have not done, like, a full-on super crazy grind. I've done some, like, I do Icebrood Saga strikes a lot to get crystals for that. I'll maybe do some Secrets of the Obscure strikes or some, you know, like, End of Dragon strikes to get crystals for stuff, but I'm not, like, I haven't fully done the whole legendary grinds. I'm debating doing it, but, like, here's the thing about that, right, is, like, you get a weapon for one class, and I play so many different classes that, like, for me, because I play so many different classes, like, I would have to, like, it would not be, like, grinding for one class, it'd be, like, grinding for every class, and I don't want to grind for every class that I consistently play, right? Like, that would not be as fun for me. So, like, I'm trying to find a main that I really, really like and that just fits my personality amazingly. But I've been having trouble, like, finding a main. I get bored, like, very easily, so I like to switch things up a bit. So that's one of the reasons I have a lot of alts, too, is, like, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to play this today. I want to play this today. And then I go and I play that day. So it's a bit like, I don't, like, sometimes having that legendary armor can just, like, it's good to have, but it can kind of, it can kind of like box you into a certain play style in certain scenarios. I got some of the like bladed armor for exotics. Yeah, I got some of those. I have the most of them I got by accident. Like I was already grinding for other things, and they were just like, "Oh, here you unlocked a legend like a bladed armor set," and I was like, "Oh shit, that's kind of cool." No, I'm not doing well. I pulled everything. God damn, how did I pull everything? How did I pull everything? I should not have pulled everything.
Quiet. This will end quickly.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Keep me alive. Keep me alive. No! I tried really hard, but I did pull everything. Yeah. So I only had the medium armor one. That's the one I got surprised by. If I were to go back and I were to do things like, if I were to, I debated going back and grinding the tops out. Also, like, the other stuff, it's kind of like, I've gotten, like, if I were to grind everything, I'd have to, like, go back and, like, fully grind it out. I got the medium armor top by accident. I was just in the area already leveling up some alts and getting them some hero points. And I got the, and I got some of the other stuff by just leveling alts in, leveling masteries. You get, like, stuff by doing events. So I was able to get some of the other stuff, but if I wanted to get the entire armor set for everything done, yeah, it would have been a fucking grind. I would have been done. I haven't committed, because, like, for me, it's like some of the stuff I don't think I'd ever wear, so I don't want to grind it out. And some of the stuff I would like to grind out, like the tops, especially. But, like, to do that, you have to, like, get all the events done, so it's not just you that needs to grind. You need, like, a group grinding. And, like, I already really don't like hard floors. I was just like, no. And like, yeah, I might, you know, I might commit to that at some point, somewhere, somehow. But, I don't know if that's gonna be anytime soon. Like, maybe eventually. But I don't know if it's gonna be anytime soon. Oh, HP trains 100%. If I'm in the area and there's like an HP train and I need hit points, I'm like 100% I'm in. Some of them are better than others. It really depends like who's around. But yeah, I'm like, oh yeah. Give me that. Cause like, especially like in areas that I don't usually spend a lot of time in, or like, Heart of Thorns. Yeah, Heart of Thorns, like, the HP trains are the main thing, because every single thing, okay, here's what I loved about End of Dragons. There are some big, like, veteran level, like, enemies above the hit point, like, the hero points, but they're not that difficult. Most of the stuff in End of Dragons is, like, just commune. You just show up and you commune with the thing. Yeah, there's some, you know, like, you know, elite, you know, just, and like elite, like, you know, enemies around, but they're not part of the hero point, okay? Like, it's so much better. It is so much better. It's like so less hassle. Literally, when I level up an alt, the first thing I do is go into Arborstone, because once you unlock that, you can get there from, you know, Lion's Arch, and I just do the hero points from there first. Because, like, yeah, the elite stuff can be difficult at first, but, like, most of the time, it feels like a lot more, like, it is not the same, like, you need a group of people to get this hero point. Because in Heart of Thorns, if you don't have, like, everything is a champion boss. And I hate it. I hate it with a passion. And also, like, I think the only time I've ever completed all the hero points in New Lock Hollows was on my Chronomancer, because there were people doing, like, an HO, like, because there were people doing a Heart of Thorns hero point train. Like, otherwise, I usually do not do any of the hero points in New Lock Hollows. I literally go, I just go to the next zone. I don't touch it. I'm like, I really hate New Lock Hollows with a passion. The others are pretty fine, like there's a couple commune ones, but New Lock Hollows, I'm just like, you guys set out to make the worst place I could think of. I'm kind of sad that Secrets of the Obscure doesn't have any hero points. I know that it's not about, like, there's no elite specs for Secrets of the Obscure, so they didn't feel like they needed to do hero points, but it saddens me that Secrets of the Obscure doesn't have any hero points. Because they have, I know they have, like, oh, you know, it's mostly about, like, expanding your build in Secrets of the Obscure and stuff like that. Yeah, they don't really have, there's no, like, hero point trains for those guys. Path of Fire, there are some. Mostly event trains, because Path of Fire has a lot of these, like, mega events. End of Dragons, there will be event trains. And on some of the event trains will also grab the hero points. But, you know, you don't really need to, which I like. I think it expands things a little bit. And allows you to, like, really, you know, max out every elite spec on a character if you want to. Yeah. Like, Secrets of the Obscure, I wish it had hero points. Personally. I get why it doesn't, but it kind of lowers the replay value for me. Because I make a lot of alts, right? And, like, a lot of people make a lot of alts. This game is very alt-friendly. You know, the more you get into this game, the easier a user gets to make alts. But I don't have a reason to take a lot of my alts into Secrets of the Obscure if it doesn't have hero points. Unless I'm, like, grinding Secrets of the Obscure, I don't have a reason to take a lot of my alts into Secrets of the Obscure, because I can get to Wizard's Tower. I'll take my alts to Wizard's Tower, but I don't have a reason to, like, go out into the world with my alts, and I don't have all the masteries unlocked, not unlocked, but I don't have all the masteries completed in Secrets of the Obscure yet. So I still have a reason to go out and level up in Secrets of the Obscure a little bit, but when I get all the masteries leveled up, I don't have a reason to go out there with some of my alts, and it kind of saddens me about that. Oh, so the level 30, story quest gave me a experience booster, so I'm using that. And I also am doing my adventure guide, which gives you a ton of EXP for completing events in the adventure guide. So I've been doing that as well. Yeah, so the level 30 gave me an experience booster, so I use that. And then if I get an experience booster drop in anything else that I do, I will also save those and use them for new characters. When I do murder hoboing, I level up till I unlock, like, Vigil Priory or Vigil Priory or Whispers, right? And then when I get that, I will usually do the first kind of tier in the storyline to get the experience booster. And then if, then I follow, like, the zone level-wise, or kind of, and then, like, I do story if I need extra experience. So I only do story if I feel I need more experience than I'm getting. So, like, hang on a second, let me find somewhere safer to kind of park my butt here. So if you look at the map, like, everything has levels, so like 25 to 40, you know. So what I usually do, that I wouldn't recommend doing unless you have mounts, because it's kind of insane if you don't have mounts. What I usually do, and again, don't do this unless you have mounts, is I do my starting level. So I do this here. So I started in the Grove. I did all of Caledonian Forest, which is 1 to 15. Then, because I have characters that are, so you can't take the portal into Lion's Arch with your first character unless you are 35. If you're over level 35 on one character and you've already maxed out one character, you can do it at any level. So if you have a character at 80 that's already gotten through Lion's Arch and all of that, you can do it at any level. But then in the Grove, I take the portal to Lion's Arch. I unlock Lion's Arch. Then I usually do, then I go into, usually Black Citadel or Holbrook. I unlock that area. I get the transmutation charge from there. I go and I do, so I start off, because I was a Sylvari, I started off in the Grove. I did Caledonian Forest. I did Brisbane Wildlands. Then I went to Lion's Arch. I then took a portal to Holbrook. I did Wayfarer Foothills. I did Snowden Drifts. Went back to Holbrook. Went back to Lion's Arch. Took a portal to the Black Citadel. Unlocked that. Did Plains of Ashford. Did Dessa Plateau. Did not complete them. I just got all the waypoints and hero points and points of interest. I try to get 10 points of interest per zone. So I get 10 points of interest per zone. I just unlock all the waypoints to do any event that I come across. And I unlock all the hero points. That's it. And I do that for each of the starting zones. Just do the 1 to 15, 15 to 25 zone, and the city. And then after that, once I get all that done, then I do Dendarian Fields, Harathi Hinterlands. But I try to get story-wise before I leave. So it's like I'm taking a break, basically. Because I do Caledonian Forest and Brisbane Wildlands, and I do the story to level 20. Then on level 30, I get the level 30 story quest. I do everything that doesn't involve me traveling to Keswick Hills, Dendarian Fields, or any of that shit. Once I have all that done, once I get to the point where it's telling me to go to Dendarian Fields or Keswick Hills, unless I start off as a human, then it'll just be Dendarian Fields. Then I go and I do all of these other areas. And again, I don't do any of the hearts. I just do, like, the hero points and the waypoints, and I get 10 points of interest. And again, I wouldn't recommend doing this unless you have mounts unlocked, because it's a pain in the ass if you don't have mounts unlocked. But I basically do it by leveling, and then once I get Dendarian Fields unlocked, Harathi Hinterlands unlocked, I finish up the level 30 storyline, go to Lion's Arch, do all that, and then I do Fields of Ruin, because that's where the Vigil starts, Lornor Pass, because that's where Priory starts, and then the highest tier one is Bloodtide Coast, which is 45 to 55, so that's like a lot higher level, and that's where Order of Whispers kind of halfway starts, so I'll get that done. And then I've got all of those areas done, and then I just go by level, because there's usually like 2 or 1 of each with level. Yeah, essentially. That's my approach to it, but you can, like, everybody has a different approach to it. I'm just insane, and also very methodical about how I do things. And I like to get stuff unlocked, but I'm very, like, yeah, that's my methodical approach to it. And I don't, like, I'm not, like, completing everything, I'm just completing most things. And then I try to do the adventure guide. So, like, I have a lot done in Brisbane Wildlands, because the adventure guide, you're supposed to get, you're essentially supposed to, whoa, I didn't mean to dodge there, fuck, okay. In the adventure guide, we'll ask you to do, like, you know, like 10 hearts in, you know, some certain areas. So, like, I try to get the adventure guide done as much as possible, too, and that really helps out with leveling as well. And also has some cool goodies you can get from it. I might just give up on this one. I can do it, it's so precision-based. No! Mm-hmm. I don't usually struggle so much with this one. There we go. Big old robot. Do I have everything I want unlocked? I didn't get that, surprisingly. Okay, I must have, like, launched myself off from it too much. Yeah, okay. Yep, I got everything unlocked there. So now, back to Lion's Arch. And actually, since we've reached the 3-hour mark, I may... let's get started on Bloodtide Coast. I usually don't like to go... I usually only like to go a little over 3 hours, but I might make it 3:10 just to get it rounded out. Some days I do, like, really long streams. Some days I don't do as long. I'm a little... My last few Guild Wars 2 streams were, like, each 5 hours long, and I don't know if I can go for that long tonight, because I kind of need to be up and around tomorrow. Like, some days I'm a little like, oh, we'll go for like 5 hours, and some days I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. It's like, it's just this thing on like, so I have therapy on Wednesdays, but like my therapist always chooses the most like insane times. It's like the most inconvenient times. It's either like in the middle of the day where I cannot schedule anything feasibly around it, or it's like, yeah, it's just like the most insane times. Like, I just roll with it because like I'm you know, in between jobs right now, so I'm like, fine, whatever, but like it's weird. I'm just like, so like if she had chosen something like, yeah. Oh, I mean, it's been, I have seasonal affective disorder. That's like literally for me. But yeah, like we'll get started on Bloodtide Coast for a bit. But yeah, like, no, she's like, she always chooses the weirdest, like, she's very busy. She's very good, but she's very busy. So yeah, like, it's been raining all day here. And as someone with seasonal affective disorder, like, it's literal. It's been a little bit better since I started, like, vitamin 3. Apparently my vitamin 3 levels were, like, critically low. Like, I was only at 13% or something, and they were like, what the fuck? So, yeah, and apparently upping your vitamin 3 levels, your D3, like, vitamin 3 levels can help out with depression. So I've been doing that as well as taking antidepressants, and that's been helping out with the seasonal affective stuff. But yeah, like, seasonal affective things can be, it kind of goes hand in hand with my autoimmune condition, because I'm just genetically fucked. Which I say lovingly as someone that has to live in my body. I'm a bit of a neurological nightmare, and I'm a little bit genetically fucked. And I say that lovingly as someone that has to live with it. A lot of people, they get really mad at me. They're like, well, how dare you say that about yourself? You're being mean. I'm like, no, I'm being realistic. Like, if you had to live with my brain and my body, you'd understand. Yeah, it's scary. I mean, in my case, like, they don't find the shit until it happens. Like, and it's not, like, my family is just weird. Like, we have a bunch of really weird shit going on. Like, again, it's genetically, we're just fucked. So, like, they don't find it until, like, way late when it happens. And then they're like, oh, shit, you know? And sometimes they don't even know at all what's going on. Sometimes they're like, I'm borderline anemic, but my iron levels are good. And they're like, yeah, we don't know what's wrong with you. We don't know why that's happening to you. Like, you're eating good, and, like, this is we don't know why, but yeah, that's bad. Like, they don't know why. They're just like, yeah, that's kind of fucked. We don't, yeah, that's a problem. So, yeah, like, my family's got a bunch going on. My sister Moira has broken so many bones, but she doesn't have a really, like, her pain levels are weird, so she doesn't feel them very well. So, yeah, she's also gotten, like, mono, like, 400 times. Like, I don't... I'm like, you have issues, Moira. Moira should really get checked for some sort of bone disease, but, like, at the same time, I'm like, You know, mentally, she's the sanest out of all of us, so, like, we roll with it. There we go, got one down. A little too far. Too centered. Too far again. Okay, just a little higher. There we go. This one's very precision based. Nope. Oh, a little shorter. There! That's the hero point. That one, honestly, is rough. It took me forever to kind of get good at that one and figure that one out. It's very rough. And here's where the Order of Whispers is. Also, if you go into the Chantry of Secrets, you get, like, a ton of XP. For some reason, going into the Chantry of Secrets, like, figuring that out, like, they give you, like, a chest full of experience for some reason. It's very interesting.
Come here. Tell me what you've seen and show me who you are. Not all light shines outward. Darkness is not necessarily the absence of light.
A little condition damage there. Yeah, 2 can play the dodging game.
Now that darkness is
there we go.
You're better prepared to deal with it.
Alright, and then Chantry of Secrets time. Yeah, for some reason, they give you a ton of experience for figuring this one out. This is where Order of Whispers meets up. Yeah, you get, like, this treasure chest of, like, finding, and yeah, it's a fuck ton of experience for finding the Chantry of Secrets. It's insane. I don't know why, it's maybe because it's, like, one of those hidden things. Oh, thank you, Pessimistic Panda, for the follow. I just saw that. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. I'm trying to thank everyone who follows me, but sometimes I see it and sometimes I don't. I generally monitor a lot of the chat and stuff on my phone, so it's a little... I used to have, like, a thing that would, like, blare when people followed me, but, like, it was causing some friction issues with the stream, so I was like, I'd rather just have a clear stream than, like, have issues. Okay. I'm just gonna fly over here and get that vista point. Vista pretty bridge. I do like the concept of Vista Points. I feel like more games should add that in. I think it's a really clever concept of like having these little like Vista Points or point of interest that you can get experience from. I love that concept. I think it's a really good concept. I think it also allows the developers to show off like things that they've made in game, and it allows you as a player to see things on the map that maybe you have missed. And I feel like it's a very good, like, it's just such a good concept for so many different reasons, and it allows you to get some nice experience points, and also just, yeah, like so many different things. And I think that it's a clever idea. I like that they did that. There are other games that have done something similar, but I haven't played a game since it's done it as well as Guild Wars 2 has. And I really appreciate that. Like, I love all the different, like, exploration options. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go up. I don't want to get bombed. I'm not doing that event. That event's kind of trashed. Yeah, and there's a mastery point here too. It's like I already have that mastery point, but I'm just showing people that it's there. It's a little I actually got to that mastery point with just a Springer. Most of the mastery points in Tyria I didn't get to, like, most of them I just got, like, it's designed to be able to get to from the ground. I got there with, yeah, like a Springer. Alright, well, I think it is time, let's actually go to, there's a little stopping point, little building down here. And we will stop here. At this point of interest. This will be our stopping point for the day. Alright. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I definitely enjoyed talking to everyone. And I hope you all have an amazing day. Stay safe, eat cake, because the more you weigh, the harder you are to kidnap, and I want you to stick around. And you are all valid and worthy, even on days when you don't feel like it. And if you want more of me, I'm on Instagram, at Roan of Arc. I'm on YouTube, at Roan of Arc. And I post older streams on there, so if you want to see old content that I've done, or music video content that I've done, or just stuff like that I've done, you can find me there, or you can find it there. I also, yeah, I do music videos once a month, so if you want to see, like, some cool game music videos, feel free to check that out. I have a Discord if you're looking for friends, or you just want more up-to-date stuff on when I'm going live. Feel free to join the Discord. Let me know if any of the links don't work, because, well, it is supposed to be an unlimited time link. Sometimes Discord is a bit of a bitch, so we'll see. And yeah, feel free to shoot me a message at any time. I am a click away, night or day. And if you have any questions, always feel free to ask. And yeah, I am also on TikTok. I don't post too much there. I might be rebranding my TikTok for some other things. We'll see. I don't really post there. I have trouble posting there. We'll see what kind of happens with that. But I am technically there. Most of it's just dog videos of my dogs doing things. But yes, I am technically there. Yeah, so I hope you all have an amazing, wonderful day. Stay safe, and goodbye.